98. Oh, Dave, playing in your background. Oh, there we go. Had to mute Dave. Amateur hour over here at the 98 podcast. Dave, right out of the gate, showing his inexperience.
I had actually turned it off on a different one, and I thought it was off.
Unreal.
Actually,
Unreal.
Better than me. I just got a note from J.J. Williams saying that he would like to join us tonight, so I can,
Of course he would.
Pump it on. But
anyway, welcome to the 98 FTG Friday Night Live podcast. We got some good topics for tonight. But yeah, off to a rough start with Dave here.
Yes.
Jesus.
He's such an idiot.
God, this guy showing his age.
Yep. Oh, well, hey, part of the problem is I just got up from my afternoon nap, and so basically without getting something to munch on.
Afternoon nap.
And in fact, what I may have to do is either eat in front of you or not, or basically, shut down the camera, since I'm basically going to have some Cortus hummus on non-salted saltine crackers. But so the crunching you hear in the background may be me crunching hummus and saltines. But
well, mid-chew, you just mute yourself.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, one thing that was really cool last weekend, we did we went to a county fair or a town fair in Percy, Pennsylvania. That was really cool. We set up side pressure machine, a bunch of tables. We had a lot of people come out. We were able to recruit some people. We got like a bunch of people interested, and it was the first time the fair ever had something like that at their fair. So they were actually really excited to see how much attention we got. But I got to say, it got more attention than I thought it was going to get. And it was pretty cool. Like lots of kids came up to try it, adults, a lot of women. We passed out some medals to all the kids that we let beat us on the table and stuff like that. So they were all excited. We got tons of content. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I recommend it. And it's something we're going to bring up at our 98 franchise meetings. Getting everyone to do things like that will really make an impact on growing the sport, because a lot of the people walking by didn't really know that it was a legit sport. So it was really cool to let them see that. We kind of turned it into a practice. So a lot of arm wrestlers that were in the immediate area came out. We even had a Russian guy come out saying that he was specifically looking for us at this fair because he saw our advertising in the area and was trying to find like a local practice. So he wanted to find us so that we could fill him in on local practices and stuff like that. So I think mission accomplished on that event. Randy, our guy Randy, planned the whole thing with them. We got insurance for the day. I printed out some release forms, made sure everybody was safe. We had no injuries, but yeah, it was really cool to do that out there in the public and have so much attention. So that's something we'll probably be focusing a little more on in the future, just to really get some new people into the sport and stuff like that. So that was really cool. Oh, JJ Williams in the house.
What up?
The Russian will probably feel very much at home at Vinokur's practice since they are just chock full of Russians, Ukrainians, and Georgians. Like sometimes I'm there, it seems like half the people there are speaking
they
language.
Philly, especially Philly, always has a lot of Georgians and Russians and this and that, all strong dudes too.
Oh,
so that's pretty cool.
Sir Yak just yes, I don't know. I'm not sure if JJ wants the honor of, or the questionable honor of being my grandson. But,
the questionable honor.
Yes, and are you going to the? I thought you were supposed to be at a big practice. Well, no, that's right. They won't let you go that far from home.
Yeah.
The practice going on at Fort Ritchie with the combination of the Arms of Anarchy and the Enemy Line people. This evening. Actually, I was thinking at one time of being there because I was going to go to a conference in New York and then go wandering over there, but I did not go to the conference in New York because I'm basically hobbling even worse than normal. Although I do finally have a scheduled date for my hip surgery, November 5th. I'm hoping to move it up a bit. But,
sweet.
But anyway, so maybe
I got about 30 emails today of people asking me when your hip surgery was, and I told them you'd be releasing that.
Why did you tell me? I would have saved the trouble and gotten back to them myself if you had told me.
Well, I told them all you would release that information tonight on the podcast. So I'd assume we'll get at least 30 people on here at some point wondering when your hip surgery is.
Well, it'd be nice if we get 30 people on here at all. I mean, at the moment, we're at what are we at now? We're at how many watching?
Well, we've only been, usually we don't have that many out of the gate. We've only been 5.
Yeah, no, we're at 13 at the moment. 13 after started 6 minutes ago. Not bad.
Yeah. But anyway, me and Randy did a East versus West prediction show last night that went pretty well. And that was pretty cool. It was fun. And, maybe that's something we'll do in the future.
You mean the show went well? You're not sure how your predictions are going to turn out, of course.
Well, they didn't do it yet, so there's no way to know. But
so it might have not turned out well. It might have turned out idiotic, but we can be optimistic.
I mean, the show itself went well, and a lot of people jumped in, giving their opinions and stuff. So that was pretty cool to do. But other than that, we got the Cuban Muscle Crisis coming up that we're going to down there in Hagerstown, Maryland at the Havana Club. And
that was a good event.
After that, I'm heading out to Arizona for Ray Cody's event at that 98 franchise, which should be a pretty good event. A lot of cash payouts and stuff. And then,
so is Jamie going to haul you to the event in Hagerstown there, JJ?
I believe so.
Okay, good. And good. You can get to pull Ryan. He can find out how strong you really are for being only just underage yet. Well, but I guess you'll still have a couple of weeks.
He doesn't want this.
Yeah,
he doesn't want this smoke.
A little over a month, and I turn 18.
Oh, and then you can sign your own waivers.
I know, man.
Dude, you're getting some weird feedback. Are you watching the show also?
I am not.
Weird.
Hold on. I think I know.
All these young kids. Dude, these young kids don't know anything about technology, and neither do the old ones.
People know just the middle-aged fart such as yourself.
Son of a bitch, dude.
Phone case.
It was the phone case?
I think so.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's still there.
Cuban Muscle Crisis sounds like an Olympic.
Do you have like earbuds or earpods? Sometimes that fixes it.
I do, but the mic sounds absolutely terrible.
Gotcha. Yeah, Gen X is the best generation for sure, Queenslander.
I could never keep them straight, to be honest with you. All I know is
Uncle Jim's mad at us, dude. He's mad at me because I was mean to him, but he came on the podcast being belligerent and drunk and getting nasty with people, so I gave him an earful, and he fucking did not like it.
was that last night?
No, that's a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was on again last night.
Yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago the one guy that we had on that was saying all the slurs and all that.
Oh yeah, he's
That was Nanya, yeah. He's another
Yeah,
loser.
Nanya.
Another fucking loser. But
I
yeah.
I couldn't even keep up with what that dude was saying half the time.
Nope.
Oh yeah. Schubert, you're right. He got nasty with Stephanie Spencer.
Yeah.
But
I was like, oh.
But yeah, he was Uncle Jim was fucking belligerent one night. Jim isn't drunk. Yeah, he is. He might have been on with you. But he was being a douchebag to everybody, so I just booted him, and then he messaged me, and I basically told him he was a shitbag, and he got fucking offended and has never been back since.
I don't know why anybody would be offended if they were, called a shitbag, especially if they really were a shitbag.
That's what I mean.
Honestly, it's just kind of funny.
I mean, if the shoe fits, dude.
Hey.
You know? Why is my son's friend on the podcast?
I don't know. Do you think we should add Sir Yak's events to the upcoming events, Northeast, Mid-Atlantic? It's kind of like North Atlantic, but I don't know. You think we should go international and start including Nova Scotia and probably not. Then Ontario would want to be included too.
Yak toast with a pilot's license. Oof, that's a little scary.
Well, why doesn't he fly into Winter Blast then?
Yeah, I didn't know Yak had one. I have one.
You know?
Hey, exactly.
Oh, JJ, I had someone wants to super match you, possibly at Winter Blast.
Oh, who may this be?
I can't say.
Oh, I can't say.
It's top secret.
Top secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
But it's a teenager.
I think it's his daughter.
My daughter? No, my daughter would whoop his ass, dude.
Well, if I'm at Cuban Missile Crisis, then maybe me and you can finally pull Ryan.
You don't want to, dude. I'm not about to lose to a teenage kid in front of people.
Well, that's why we both got to be there. You know.
Can you beat Dave Shell?
Yeah, right-handed, I think.
No, left-handed.
Left-handed, and then he beats me.
Can you beat him righty?
Like when I'm fresh, I can beat him a few times.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, I beat him righty all the time, JJ.
How about left though?
Can I beat him lefty? Yes.
Oh yeah, everybody beats me.
Not when I first started, but now I can.
Yeah, I have videos.
When I first started, I had never even arm wrestled lefty, and Dave could beat me lefty.
I have a cherished video that I have beating him at his first practice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I couldn't. I mean, lefty dude was so strange to me back then. It still is. I don't really take it serious, pulling lefty. And that's saying something since I don't take righty serious either. Actually, I feel pretty good lately, dude. My shoulder's starting to feel better. So even though I still have a surgery coming up, I think from me avoiding the shoulder, strengthened everything around the shoulder. So now all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, it's not hurting. And
Lefty, the stranger.
Everything's starting to feel good righty for some reason. But so far at Winter Blast, we got Paul Cruz versus Nathan McAllen. That's going to be a badass match right there. I've talked to Arm Gods. They're going to send over a few athletes from the UK.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I know Paul Passmore wants a match. I believe Candy Passmore is pulling Lydia Tupper. That's going to be a good matchup. Corey Miller's looking for a match. So that's another really good person to have. So maybe someone from the UK will pull possibly Corey Miller or Paul Passmore. Depends who they're going to send over. But yeah, so, I just want to say this, though. We get right after Winter Blast, we start getting hundreds of people asking for super matches at the next one. So we have meetings about stuff like that. And we kind of have a list. I have a list going right now of who has asked for super matches. So just keep in mind, we can only do so many. And it's Winter Blast, one of the biggest tournaments in the country. So we can't really do them the day of Winter Blast. We have to do them the night before on Friday. So just keep that in mind that if you do ask for a match, it's not really guaranteed because we literally have hundreds of people asking for matches. So,
yep.
But we always try to do like, a few really good ones and then a few of new people that are new to the sport so that we're kind of covering everybody and in between because of our 98 concept. We want to give opportunities to all levels of arm wrestling.
Yeah, and our super match contestants have ranged from world-class people to me.
Yeah. Shout out to Julian Smith is pulling James Wall at our Arizona event. So I wasn't sure how that matchup would be, but Julian just beat Jordan Sill. And Jordan Sill is no slouch. So that's a serious win and a notch on Julian's belt. So this could turn out to be a really good match between him and James Wall.
And the reward is a belt to beat all belts. Really great belt that Raymond Cody came up with.
Yeah, Raymond put a lot into this, dude. He got a lot of belts, sponsors. He's got a lot of money on the matches or on the tournament for cash payouts, stuff like that. So if you're in the Arizona area or if you have the means to travel out to this event, definitely go check it out and support that event. It should be really good. And same with Cuban Muscle Crisis. If you can make it out to that, dude, go check it out. It's that's the 98 Antietam franchise. It's their first event. So they're also taking over our Antietam tournament. So they'll have those two a year and then whatever else they throw. But definitely look out for those two events because Antietam started to be a pretty decent size event when we handed it over to them. So hopefully this year, and we're going down to support 98 headquarters. So we'll be down there making sure everything's all good. So, but yeah.
Yakimowicz is trying to entice JJ into coming to
I see that
to his event. I don't know. Well, you will be a legal age by then to cross the border.
I don't think I'm making it to Nova Scotia on December 13th.
JJ, you might have to mute yourself when you're not talking.
Probably.
That noise. I just got a private message that noise is irritating. Fucking these young kids, dude, just come on and ruin a podcast. Don't even care. Michael Yerman. Oh, any word about a New York 98 tournament? Yeah, actually, I'm looking for venues. We're looking for a good venue, and maybe some of you New Yorkers can help us out. We're looking for a good venue that would be Southern New York, not on Long Island, not necessarily in New York City either, but just outside of New York in the southern area and or northern Jersey, that area. We pretty much have southern Jersey locked down, Pennsylvania, and we might actually do Delaware State Championship. I'm looking into that to find a venue there because there's nothing that really goes on in Delaware. So it'd be cool to have a Delaware state championship for you guys that try to collect state championships. Like we do the New Jersey State Championship, the Sean Latimer New Jersey State Championship, I mean. And then if we did a Delaware State Championship, you know, that'd be two more. That's two more state championships available for people to, you know.
I think Shubich's geographic knowledge is a little bit weak to call it Utica, Southern New York.
Utica, holy Christ, dude.
But you know, that's Southern.
Figures he would say Utica. I don't know. James Reed might not like us coming up into his territory up there. John.
The Glishaws are coming. Will come.
Glishaw. So JJ, one of the Glishaw boys might be interested in pulling you.
Hey, I'll be down.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Well, if we can make that happen, maybe that will be one of our, you know, newer puller matches at Winter Blast.
Yeah, no, that'll definitely be fun.
When do you turn 18?
November 16th. So literally the day after VAL Chaos.
So by Winter Blast, you'll be 18?
Yep.
Oh, my God, dude. Then it's legal to molest you.
Whoa, Ryan. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Consent's still a thing here.
Not once you turn 18, buddy. Good luck proving it. No.
Oh, God. No.
Keep that kid away from Tim Lewis.
Oh, Crystal Malik's here, unless, of course,
Crystal Malik in the house.
Of course, it's hubby Malik, who is, you know, just, I'm not sure if he has a Facebook account. She does.
I got to see the Maliks at the Turtle Man Classic Super Match thing. So always good to see the Maliks. And they both had matches there. But yeah, love seeing them out in the wild. That was crazy because I didn't actually know that they were going till last minute. So when I saw them show up, I was like, oh shit, nice. Some people I know up here.
John said 18 versus 13 game on.
Come on. Oh, you want his 13-year-old pulling you, dude. You bet. Dude, listen, that's a lot of pressure, buddy, because you lose to a 13-year-old.
Oh, I know.
As an adult.
I know it's going to be bad.
That'd be even worse.
Good.
To Damon Ransom.
I'm pretty sure you and most children can beat me. So, but once you turn 18, you're not considered a child.
That's not legal.
So you can't lose to a child after that, dude.
Yeah, no, I definitely can't lose. And then, you know, maybe I might have to go back to like a freaking domestic disturbance type event and just decimate the youth class again.
I got something to say real quick. So I was watching the Through the Fingers podcast and Luke Paulshare was on it. And Luke kind of made some comments about 98, saying that 98 doesn't have any clout in this sport and stuff like that. And I just want to say to Luke, and I sent Luke a private message saying, because he was kind of bashing the franchise thing we're doing.
Do we go bomb their podcast?
Well, I told him, no, the Through the Fingers podcast is a 98 franchise also. So,
all right.
But Luke Paulshare, you know, I sent him a private message. Hopefully he reads it. He made some comments about the 98 franchise without really knowing the whole scope of it. So I would hope that he'd be willing to listen to hear what it's about before passing judgment and making public comments about it. I would love to explain it to him and tell him what we have going on and why we're doing the franchise and what it offers and what it's all about. And also, you know, saying that 98 has no clout is kind of silly because we do run the largest tournament in the country. And we also have the largest, I believe, private arm wrestling group out there. And I think we're really the only kind of its own community inside of arm wrestling. I don't think there's another community like 98 out there in arm wrestling. Like there's not like a 2% group or anything like that. I think we're the only group. So maybe clout's the wrong word, but to say that 98 has no clout in this sport, I thought was
like a following or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of silly, or maybe he just doesn't know. Who knows?
And he doesn't even have the excuse of his native language being Turkish, like some other people who get.
Right. Engin made that same mistake and underestimated us and said that he would crush us, and we're still here. And where's he? Nowhere.
Yeah, it would be especially bad if JJ lost to a 13-year-old when you consider that I had that best of three, only people in the class in that tournament a while back where I beat a 13-year-old.
Well, that would be
you didn't beat him in arm wrestling. You just beat him.
Well, of course, he was 300 pounds at the time, and or almost, but
the 13-year-old.
Yeah, well, maybe he was 260 then.
Damn, big boy.
It was David Marr's son. That we were the only two people, and well, no, he had to be over 240 because he was. We were both in supers. We were the only two in amateur supers. And,
what up, Jimmy?
Well, then, yeah, I guess that would have been a good.
Utica would be a little bit too far for right now. Maybe in the future, but I have to take into consideration all my staff that would have to travel up there. So if we can find something in southern New York first, if we're going to invade New York, we have to start at the bottom and work our way up and go a little further every time. To make it sustainable. So if you guys could find us a southern New York venue,
something big enough that we could hold it in, say, Binghamton,
and if we're gonna make a run on New York, we got to start south.
Yeah, Binghamton would be better. I mean, of course, the southern tier. You have Binghamton, you have Corning, whatever. But Corning, basically, it's considerably farther for us. But
yeah, I've reached out to a few places already in Southern, but it's really hard to find a venue that can actually host an arm wrestling tournament. Like, not every brewery or bar has enough space to do it at. So, make sure if you're going to suggest a space, check them out online. A lot of times, if you go to their website, they show pictures and stuff. Things like that. Make sure it's a place where we could even host it in the first place. Otherwise, they get frustrated if we waste their time and then tell them we can't have it there because of space. We might have an event January 10th. We're just waiting to hear back from the location. It's called 21 Locks. It's a brewery, and they have like food. Really, I guess they're known for their pizza, and they have one of the largest like coffee bars. They have like this crazy like $30,000-$40,000 coffee machine that can do all kinds of different crazy stuff, and they serve breakfast. So we're doing a tournament there. Super cool venue. Come check it out. Probably on January 10th, most likely.
Why is it called 21 Locks?
You got me, dude.
Probably because it was on the Pennsylvania Canal.
That could be it.
The Delaware.
It is
Delaware
close.
Canal.
Yeah.
Delaware Canal.
It's close to there. So that's, that's that one. Who knows? We might have a pop-up tournament here or there, but really, usually after our September-ish tournaments, we usually focus on Winter Blast now. So we're focused on Winter Blast. We did just start a GoFundMe. So basically, we started it to crowd fund our 98 headquarters. Now, the headquarters is not just for arm wrestling, and I'm going to explain what we're trying to do with this headquarters so that people understand. If we could get 1,000 people to donate $20, like that would be enough for us to get in there, do some renovations, and get it opened. So we're thinking about getting this space. We throw, say, 2 tournaments, a tournament there every 2 or 3 months, kind of like we do now anyway. But the main thing about it is the whole rest of the time where we have this space that we're not throwing anything arm wrestling there, we're going to use it as just a general event space. So we're probably going to have like comedy shows there, music shows, maybe bingo, stuff like that, rent it out for birthday parties, things like that. And the goal of having this is to bring money into the sport from outside of the sport. That way we're not trying to get money from arm wrestlers. We're getting money from entertaining non-arm wrestlers, and then taking that revenue and directing it into arm wrestling so that we can do more for the sport and stuff like that. So if we could pull that off, that would be so big for the sport, because we don't have East versus West money, stuff like that. But if we had a source of income that was specifically for the other 98% of us out there, like now we could do some big things with cash payouts and huge events, and really launch the women's league, really launch the children's league, two things that we're very close to accomplishing, by the way, without the headquarters. But the headquarters would also become like a hub for 98. We'd have a practice section, a small gym in there, all kinds of things pertaining to arm wrestling. But the main event hall would be for anybody, like any kind of an event rental. Maybe we'd have some yoga going on there during the day. Who knows? But that's the goal of what we're doing with the headquarters. Brian, our Alberta Through the Fingers franchise in the house. What's up, buddy?
He's asking for
the buddy. No, I had to turn I had the browser open, so it was like going you were hearing like echoes and shit and all kinds of crazy shit. How's it going?
Yeah, JJ had some kind of mic issue where it was like echoing.
That's just because he got something playing in the background. And
that's what I told him.
Yeah.
Turn
everything else off. Yeah, or mute that. Like I just muted it. So yeah. So yeah, no, I was just listening. I think your headquarters idea is awesome. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah,
it's going to raise money, and then you'll be able to decide how to allocate funds later on. But anything to grow over the 98 is really good. And
that's why, like, I wanted to explain it. And I also, Luke was on your channel and kind of said that.
Well, to my defense, bro.
Yeah,
I couldn't give a good representation because I just had a hard time saying anything.
Yeah, he doesn't come up for air.
No, so, I actually snuck a question in. Yeah,
I like Luke. I think he's a phenomenal rep.
He's great,
and he's huge in the sport. But when he said 98 has zero clout, I don't know if that's just because he's not as involved in social media as a lot of us. Yeah. Because I'm like, dude, we got the biggest tournament in the country right now.
It's because he's comparing us to East versus West.
Yeah, which of course we don't have any clout compared to East versus West.
No, not like that.
But amongst the other 98% of the sport, we do have.
Yeah. He kind of just had blinders on. Past the top 2% of pullers, right?
Yeah. So I did send him a message and just said, "Hey, I'd love to talk to you about the 98, what we stand for, and the 98 franchise, so that you have firsthand knowledge of what we're trying to do, instead of, because when you go on a podcast and you make some comments like that and you don't really know the full story, it's hard to have an opinion of something that you really don't know about. So, you know what I mean?"
Yep. No, I agree. Yeah, like I wanted to do a good spiel and everything, but like I said, it was like I think when I asked him one question, I had to sneak it. He was talking, and I'm like, "How many years you been revving?" Just because someone said it in the chat, and I was like, "I gotta get a question in, right?" But I mean, he's looking. He's not really. He doesn't. He's just lacking knowledge for him, right?
And that's why, I didn't nail. I'm not blasting him in any way, but I just feel like I could give him a little bit of insight on what we're trying to do. I know he was bitching about the franchise thing, and I'm like, well, let me
explain it.
Explain it to him. Yeah. Maybe he would see it a little bit differently and what it has to offer. And it's not for everyone.
No,
it really isn't. But hey,
I said to him, my rebuttal to him is when it grows, and let's say a sponsorship payment comes in, because we grew, and somebody wants to be recognized across all 98, so a chunk comes towards Alberta, that investment just diminishes over like very quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time I save a few $100s on maybe a merch order, you know what I mean? Because the prices got cheaper. That also all of a sudden, like, you know what I mean? Like he's just looking at like, oh, you got to pay a fee. Well, no, it's like I mean, you don't just let everyone in anyway. And if you're not willing to pay a small fee, how really do you want someone in your
there's been some franchise people that have offered to join the franchise where I just declined. And the reason was I didn't see how it would benefit them, not how it would benefit us. Like I could have easily just said, yeah, give me your money. But I was like, you know what? I don't think it's a good fit. You know, if it doesn't benefit them in any way, like if you're not throwing tournaments and you're not trying to network properly with all of us, and like it's not going to work for you. Like, you have to participate in what we're trying to do in order for it to have the benefit, you know, which is why we kind of parted ways with Ted. Ted did not want to expand. He didn't want to throw any tournaments or get involved in any new stuff. But then he was like, well, how much money am I going to make?
That blew me away with Ted.
You can't make money. This isn't a way for you to make money using the 98 brand.
I didn't do it to make money anyway. I didn't do it to make money anyway. I did it for the network.
I'm doing it to lose money.
Well, that's all we do. That's all we do is lose money. But you know, no, you look at it like this. You know, yeah, sure. You know what? Everything's a sacrifice and everything's a gamble. No entrepreneur became a billionaire without failing 10 times or having to put years of his time to succeed. Because if you're not willing, like when you start a business, nothing comes overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, right? It's like if you're doing it just to where's profit right now, well, then you're not doing it for the right reasons. Right?
And the thing that got me mad with the TED thing was, you know, Dave Flaherty was down there trying to throw a community event that didn't cost us or 98 or anybody down there any money. Free event. The guy was willing to sponsor, and Ted wanted nothing to do with it. He said, no,
crazy.
That's stupid. We don't have room for stuff like this. And then once we started getting vendors and sponsors, then all of a sudden at the very end, he wanted to get involved. And his first thing was, how much money am I going to make? So as soon as he made that comment, I was like, dude,
you knew
this is not a good fit for you, because that's not what we're all trying to do here.
Yeah, we're actually doing a very good job losing money.
Oh, listen, all the good promoters lose money. You know, like I'm
big time in the red since I started 98. Oh,
yeah.
If I was ready to kill me, dude.
Through the Fingers podcast, you know, like, you know, we're starting to blow up a bit now.
Yeah.
2 years we did it and we couldn't gain it. We'd be lucky if we got 15 subs in a month, you know, like, and we didn't care. We knew we loved it. We knew, you know, and I was sponsoring events. I was sponsoring athletes. I was doing all kinds of shit. And then, you know, I'm in the red huge, but you know what? Now, I don't know. We got almost 5K subscribers.
Yeah.
So like,
that's
just
awesome.
Takes time and consistency, right?
That's the big key, is the consistency. Like, I think for a good 3 years in a row, we hadn't missed one Friday night. You know, one of us, someone was on every Friday. It's, you know,
it might have been me and MG screwing things up, but we were here.
Oh, Sir Yak Toast. I actually got offered a match at one of Perry's events last year. Actually, it was Jody Harper's event. I was supposed to pull Solomon Latimer, but I couldn't. My grandkid was being born. It was in August, so I didn't talk to Dakota. No, but
the kid couldn't wait to come out.
No, well, actually, came out just before. But you know, like I'm first grandkid, I wanted to be around. I wasn't
absolutely
Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is like 4,500 kilometers away. 3,000.
I don't even count Nova Scotia as part of Canada.
I don't either.
It's like its own weird country.
It's like a little socialist party.
And Yak is like the fucking mayor of Nova Scotia.
No, Yak probably hates the politics there. Yeah.
Oh, Dude.
It's crazy in Nova Scotia, bro. They did a climate change emergency lockdown on the citizens there.
Oh, can you imagine?
You don't want to live there.
No. I just want to go
Beautiful
to
place,
Oak
though.
I want to go to Oak Island and find that treasure.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I pan for gold.
Dude,
Do you know gold went up? Do you know gold went up $800 an ounce?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not lying. It flew up. So I'm not sure what it is in US, but it was 4,700 like a month and a half ago. It's 5,800 an ounce right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's probably like 4,200 American.
No wonder more jewelry stores are getting knocked off in Philly.
Buddy, I'm keeping all my gold now. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got friends that are like, dude, I won't sell any of my gold.
No, because they just doubled up. Like you look at 2 years ago, it was 2,700.
Yeah.
So now it's doubled. It's doubled in 2 years. Yeah. So yeah.
Everybody always kicks themselves in the ass because it keeps going up. And then they're like, oh, I should have bought it when it was 2,700.
Should have bought it when it was 35.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Anytime you can make money, and it's only going to go up. So gold always reflects the state of the economy in the world. So when the world economy starts to slope downwards, you start seeing a big rise in precious metals, right? So it's a way to protect your money against inflation, right?
Here's our link to the GoFundMe I just posted there.
Yeah, I was seeing that. I got to look at it. I got to read that a little more. I was driving when it popped up on my screen.
Yeah, it's just, we were trying to figure out what platform would be best to try to crowdsource a little funding for the headquarters.
Yeah.
Because, if we were doing the math, like, man, if 1,000 people gave $20, we could pull this thing off,
Yeah.
Or 500 people pay the amount of an entry fee and we could, we could get this thing rolling. And then there's so much more we could do for the community having a place like that. We're going to get it regardless. This is just a way to see if we can get it faster and easier. But if I have to sell my house, trust me, I'll be living in that fucking warehouse.
Yeah, well, we might have to. I've been just reading the comments here. You know what? We'll get out to Nova Scotia, I'm sure, but only when there's no friggin' weird bands or nothing weird.
I would go to a Nova Scotia event if Yak wasn't there.
Actually, you know what? Tough has their first league match tomorrow. So yeah, it's Montreal versus Toronto. So
that's great.
John Therian, BLM.
John's a beast, dude.
Yeah, Mike Gould's a coach on the one team. Christian, Gilbert is the other guy.
Yeah.
You got BLM's a killer too, man. You got big Rick Heidebrick. He's no joke.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good guys. Dave the Hitman, or Alan the Hitman Ford, like killer.
His foot's all better.
He's actually, I'm surprised he's there. He was supposed to be driving to BC, but I guess he canceled his trip.
Gotcha.
So, but we got 2 Mac tables coming up this way. So
yeah, I heard about that on the other podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, they're gonna come. Well, and then one, I'm gonna own one. Sean Crowther's gonna own the other one.
Yeah.
And then that way, when that league is here, then I can facilitate a table for them, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is even Mac, I got close ties with Mac. So Mac doesn't hate on 98.
I'm friends with Ian, and I've talked to. I mean, Ian did want us to try to use the Mac tables at Winter Blast, but
of course,
that's too tough for us to pull off.
Well, but, even I'm not using them for tournaments.
Yeah,
I'm using them for super matches. So,
I mean, we could do the same thing. I mean, I've told him before, like, we're all for supporting the super match platform, but for our tournaments, it would be tough. Just because it's, our whole concept, is too different.
Well, there's also this too. I don't want our competitors here to only pull on a Mac table, and then when they got to pull on a regular table, when they're fucked. Yeah, they're fouling.
That's what happened with all the WAL rules up here in the Northeast. Yeah. Everybody was doing wall rules here.
Yeah.
And then now that it's strict rules, when that first started to switch, fucking everyone was fouling out.
Nice. Oh, Matthias. Yeah, coming out. That's cool.
Matthias.
I don't know. I wish I knew who Syriac was.
Andrew
Yakumovic.
Yeah. Yeah.
of Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier to put a face to a name, right? When
Yeah.
you have it.
You don't want
with these
you don't
troll
want to
names,
see his face.
A very ugly
yeah,
face.
some of these. Well, my troll name, I mean, I still use it just because I've always had it. Right?
Yeah.
And, Neil's index finger. I don't know. I called myself that because Neil used to always go, "Mother fluffers."
Yeah.
And I just was like, he's always waving that finger. So I was like, hey, Neil's index finger. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, but I think, and with the Mac table, I like it and I love the concept. I just don't think I personally don't like it in tournament format. And I told Ian that. I said I support Mac 100%, but I like it for super match. It makes a super match more just like Wall did. It makes it more exciting, right? Like it just, I think the super matches are for the pullers, but they're also for the non-arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
There is a lot of them, right? There's a lot of them that just watch arm wrestling. And I think the Mac table for super matches is interesting because you got 10 inches, you got way more room. The rules are lax.
Less elbow hops and shit. Yeah.
Well, you'll get elbow hops, but you can get away with a quarter inch.
Right.
You can get away with it.
Yeah, you won't get called on every single one.
Yeah, you're gonna see, and it's already proven. He did like 3 events now with 70 matches or more. And I think there's been 2 or 3 matches ended in fouls out of
and less injuries.
Oh, it's proven. It's proven. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I love what Ian's doing, and then I'm good friends with JJ Jackson and
I like him
Matthias.
Too. He's such a good guy, JJ. Yeah.
Oh
so Matthias is a good guy too. Actually, we're going to use for the 98 through the fingers events for the super matches. We are going to use Prem Stream for the
nice
pay-per-view. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It'd be like $4 or something. It'd be something small.
Well, shit, maybe we'll do that for Winter Blast sometime.
You should. Because Matthias right now, he's not even charging to use it.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He's going to eventually. I
don't know why he hacked Knuckles Up. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I tease him about that all the time.
Yeah. He's a smart guy, man. I wouldn't put
He is.
I don't think
he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he helped us. He did helped us set up our live feed for Winter Blast last year.
Nice.
So, and he did all the live for Arm Gods.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't. You know what? I'd even think about hiring him.
I mean, any kind of live feed stuff. He's the man for that shit.
Well, especially because he's got the Prem Stream and that, and it takes a lot of. But you know what the problem is with hiring somebody far away is the equipment and the shipment of equipment. Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of them have buses.
That's why you know what we did is we ended up buying our own live stream equipment. So
that's what I want to do.
Even if we had to have someone, we have our own live feed guy, like 98 guy, Josh.
Yep.
Calls himself that camera guy. But
if
we had to have someone come in to help because it was a larger event. We have the equipment; they just have to come help. That's kind of why we did it that way. Because that's the main factor that these guys don't travel all around, or they're very expensive to bring in. Is they have to fly with all their equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
If we have the equipment, we just got to bring the guy out.
Yeah,
help out, and it lowers the cost. So that's
what I didn't even think of. You know what? I didn't even think of that. I never thought about just getting the guy and just having everything he needs. Now you know who I want to do my events is. You know who it is. It's Red Leg Studios.
Oh yeah,
I want
to be good too.
Yeah. But his is a fucking big utility bus. Like it's a whole studio. Like it's a whole team of 8 people. So it'd be friggin' expensive for me to do. Yeah, but
plus there's some. I mean, I can send you some links, but I
wouldn't mind buying the equipment.
Some of the equipment we bought, like we got on a small budget, but if you compare it, if you compare one of our cameras, because it's a 4K camera, to a $3,000 video camera, you can't tell the difference.
Can't really, unless you're like one of those.
It's arm wrestling. It's not like we're making a movie. We're not making a movie, but for just a still of
crystal clear pictures, all you need.
And I'm talking like it's like $150 camera from Amazon, and it looks just as good as a $3,000 fucking video camera.
No, exactly. So my daughter sending me love and hearts and shit. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I think she's staying home. We got a big event tomorrow at Iron Core League in Lethbridge, Alberta. It's
Oh, nice.
yeah, Len Houghton and Mike Schapp. Well, the whole Lethbridge team puts it together. They all work together. They got one big match: Tony Tomlinson versus
nice.
Dustin Houghton.
Oh, that's a good
left arm belt match.
Yeah,
so that should be. You know Tony Tomlinson, right?
Yep.
He's that big, huge, mixed breed guy.
There's our boy Ray Romanowski. It's a shame that the M Spot isn't around anymore. Their production is legit and great quality.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ray. You know what happened with the M Spot was that City Slickers event. After that event, they did one more little thing, and then they just said, "You know what? These promoters are too much for us. We're fucking done." That's what happened. He went through so much stress with Steve. Like Steve stressed him out. The guy was almost having a nervous breakdown by the time the event came. So
you know what I say about those guys? Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, fucking. It was horrible, man. But you know what? I got to meet Ray. Ray's like I said, stand-up guy. I know he's going to be a top ref soon because he's got a really good outlook on reffing.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not even. Well, it's the fact that he tries to always do good and he doesn't want to. He never wants to fuck over like anybody.
No,
right? So
and he's very passionate about it. Like, he's our head ref, and he's always telling the guys below him, like, "Hey guys, make sure your shirts are tucked in. Make sure you're wearing black pants. Make sure everyone, don't stand at the table chit chatting when your table's down. Like, he's very professional and sees how important it is to make this sport look like a legit sport. That a very important part of that is the reffing.
No, I agree.
I
agree. Well, that was one good thing about having Luke Polcher on last night.
Matt Connolly
got to, Matt. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Wonder what continent he's on today. Every time I turn around,
I think he's just in the States still.
It's a day.
I think he had like a 6-month stay in the States. Is what I think.
Actually, it was 3 months.
Okay, 3 months. I knew it was a while.
He was here a while. Yeah, he actually came to our event, the Sean Latimer New Jersey State Championship, which was cool to have.
Yeah, I heard him on the mic actually.
Yeah, he did a great job, dude.
He also went to Steve's event, but of course he didn't know any better.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna start.
I don't know. You know what? I think that guy. Did you know we got one person that just every video I post, it's the same person. It's always like right away. It's like they have to make sure they dislike everything I post. And they've even went back through all the old videos and disliked them. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
If you were looking at my analytics, I'll show you.
The same thing.
I wish I could see who it was. Not that I care that much, but it's the fact that they go out of their way to dislike all the videos.
This video probably already got that one guy disliking it because they do the same to us all the time.
It's always just one person.
And it's funny that it's ever since that episode that me and you were
so it's probably somebody that hates me. yeah. Because I have, you know what? I got some good friends in the sport, man. But I got a couple guys that just hate my guts.
Yeah, same here.
What it is. Yeah, I don't know. I actually I don't really hate hardly anybody in the sport. There's a few guys that I just, hey, you know what? They're headaches, But other than that, I don't.
There's a few guys where I'm like, fuck that guy, but I don't actually hate them. I think it's funny at how much they hate me,
Yeah.
Like I don't. There's nobody I really hate. I'm not that kind of guy, It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I say too. But I'm excited, and we don't have Alberta. It is a little slacking. I'm just kind of supporting right now the 98.
Yeah.
Because our first event, because of so many events in the month and Christmas.
Yeah.
In the month of January and February, we won't be doing anything till it would be April, probably April. But once we establish that first event, it's going to be every 3 months, like clockwork. It's just going to be a league. Yeah.
And when I started this thing, I knew every franchise is at a different level of where they're at. So some guys are ready to throw events, some guys are not.
Yeah.
But to me, that doesn't matter because I'm looking at the future.
Yeah.
You know, like the grand scheme of this in the future and what it's going to do networking wise.
Yeah.
I don't care about the now.
No,
you know,
you
we're
can't.
all here helping each other, and you're in that group, in the franchise group. Like, it's cool to see all the guys like helping each other.
Yeah.
Someone will post a t-shirt and then 3 guys will buy it. And you know, it's so cool to see all that.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to get better as we go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Well, yeah, people just jump. Brian,
Yeah.
I should be coming. You know what month is that again?
March.
That might be.
March is a busy month, dude. Like,
it is. But February, the reason we don't do events here in February, because you have to book a year in advance because all the Christmas parties run right up until the end of February. Yeah, a lot of work.
I stay away from November for Thanksgiving, and I stay away from December for Christmas.
Yeah.
But this year we're trying to throw something January 10th possibly as like a New Year's event, but it's hard to find venues that are open because everybody's doing
Christmas
fucking New Year's parties.
Well, here it's Christmas parties because there's so many factory employer and like so many different employers that they do their Christmas party for their company.
Yeah.
And all the good conference centers and all the good venues, they're gobbled up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you pay $7,000-8,000.
Yeah. You know where we've had luck with venues for our smaller tournaments, not Winter Blast, but for our smaller tournaments with breweries.
Oh yeah. We have a brewery here that would do it. Well, I did get a brewery. I got the Real Canadian Brew House.
Yeah.
But me and my partner split ways. And so he kept the sponsor. Right? Oh. Because he kept Armfinity. So we owned Armfinity together. Yeah. Nice. And then I left just because not that I wanted full control. I just was butting heads with the guy on ideas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was very last minute. Let's do an event in a month. And it's like, no, I don't do that.
I'm not last minute either.
I hate that shit. What do you mean you're just going to throw an event? You know, you're going to get some cheap ass little medals and, you know, just is it about throwing an event or is it about making money? I don't want to make, if it's just for money, then I don't.
Yeah. Right. I'm the same way. Like all of our events are at least 4 to 6 months out.
Yeah. Planned. Yeah.
Like we've never been like, hey, let's have one fucking at the end of the month.
My partner would be like, hey, we're doing one in 5 weeks. I'm like, no, we're not. I'd argue with him, and then we do
you can't even promote it properly.
And then he'd be upset that we only got 140 entries or something. He'd be like, oh, there's only 141 entries. And I'm like, well, you know, what do you expect? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and things are so saturated here in the Northeast. There's literally a tournament every fucking weekend. So we have to really pick and choose when we're going to do them and space them out, you know?
Yeah, because guys are prioritizing different ones too and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But, you know, Fernandez is slowly sneaking down this way towards us with his tournaments. So we might have to march on New York.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, thanks, David.
Yeah.
Got a face.
Yeah, I just sent an ugly picture of Suryak.
I hope it wasn't the nude video of him doing the helicopter.
Oh, God, no.
That I happened to see.
Well, see, that's one thing people don't realize too, the planning and the preparation that goes into events.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be very stressful too. Like I've tried to arm wrestle at my own events. There's no way.
No, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't because I get so stressed out. And then by the time I arm wrestle, I'm just not the same guy.
I don't even ref or do brackets at my own events.
I used to ref just to say
I get pulled away in so many directions that if I was doing brackets, I'd have to stop and go handle a situation. Like I can't do that. So Dave usually does our brackets, and
that's a good thing.
That frees me up to deal with all the fires that I got to put out.
There's lots going on, man. There's lots going on, and you know, I used to ref them like I think my first 4 events. Well, the only one I didn't ref was the East versus West qualifier, but all the other ones I refed. And you know what? You feel helpless because you're reffing. You know, you can't control the flow of the tournament. You don't even get to enjoy your event. Like at the end of it, you're just because you're reffing, right? So it's like, I don't do nothing. Now I do absolutely nothing when I hold an event.
Yeah. Like I kind of do filler stuff. Like 1 minute I'll be helping at the t-shirt booth. The next I'll be handing out medals. You know, whatever needs help, I just bounce around.
Yeah.
Or I'll do some commentary for a little while. You know, whatever.
That'd be, you know what? That'd be good for the brand if I came in March. I think I probably will. Because I hope by February, that's my target to be back on the table.
Nice.
Like fully. Like
I'm trying to, it'd be cool if we could get someone from each franchise to come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That'd
saying.
be awesome.
Then we get a group picture together, you know, just all the cool stuff.
Do a lot of fun stuff, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Big circle jerk.
Yeah. We'll go to the casino. Well, I don't know. Gambling down there, I don't like the casino. They take your money when you win it.
Yeah. You never win it back.
No, here you go. Gambling's tax free here.
Yeah.
So we don't pay tax. You go to the casino, win 20 grand, they hand you 20 grand, you leave.
Yeah.
In the States, it's like they want 45% now, or you're not crossing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so fuck that. That's one good thing. I like everything about the United States, and we'll probably will be a state eventually.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't like is gambling. It's I don't like how it's run.
Now the casinos there, are they on like reservations?
No, we got 14 casinos in Calgary. 13.
I was gonna say maybe it could be protected from the tax bullshit if it's on a reservation.
It doesn't matter. Like it's not on a res here. We have their league is legal here, so we just have to. Yeah, like every bar has 20 VLTs, and you got a casino every couple blocks. Like,
damn.
We have big casinos too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's Alberta. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come visit.
It's a good place, man. You'd like it. And
Yeah.
you got the Rockies right there. The mountains are beautiful.
I bet.
Yeah, like I love it here. Like, yeah, but I'm all for separation. I'm voting. I already voted to sign. I already signed the
Are they legitimately taking a vote to like separate?
Oh yeah, that's happening, man.
Damn.
They won't tell you on the news. They lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're like, it was so a liberal poll, so they're biased, came out 41% would separate now. There was 20-something% that were on the fence, and there was 8% that didn't have any idea. They don't know. And then there was a small percentage saying they want to stay in Canada. So, yeah, it's pretty decisive. We want to make money, man. We're put it this way, like people, there's a lot of money here already. If we take Canada's claws off our resources, it's just going to be crazy. Like, we'll probably have the greatest GDP, and we'll have one of the best ones in the world.
Nice.
Yeah. And if we join the States, there would be no rival, because there's trillions and trillions of dollars of oil in the ground here.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jack said he worked in the oil patch for 7 years.
Yep.
In Alberta and northern
BC. Here. Yeah. What did you do? Why'd you go back to Nova Scotia? Fuck. Should have stayed here, brother.
Better cocaine there, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we have more pullers too, right? A lot more arm wrestling. Alberta, and you know what? I think right now, I personally think we're the top province in Canada
for arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because we probably have more elite pullers than any other province. But that's just what I think, right?
Yeah. I'm
sure Ontario thinks the same. I think it's the three big ones are Ontario, Quebec, and Alberta. That's your main provinces for arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Like nationals, we won the team trophy. Alberta won it by like fucking 40 points or something.
Damn.
Yeah, like we crushed Canadian nationals. So, yeah.
He said he found a union gig in Nova Scotia, and it's where his friends and family are.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I'm just, you know what I mean. I'm just bugging you. But most arm wrestlers aren't politically aligned to live in Nova Scotia. Most arm wrestlers would rather live in Alberta.
Yeah.
But Nova Scotia, a beautiful place too. Like I don't know how they got so screwed up politically there, but I mean that place it's beautiful. They get big icebergs that float through the harbor and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful there. So, but like I said, Canada's a weird place, man. It's like
good whale watching.
Yeah, like the States is different in Canada, because the States you'll have like, red states and then a blue state and then a couple red states, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of spread out. Here it's like take half the country, cut it in half, and that's your liberal, that's your conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot different. Yeah. So, but I was thinking after the first year or two, so I was all this stuff when Luke was saying shit last night. I was starting to think of things like, because I had to start asking myself how it benefits to be part of the 98, because he put such a grim picture on it when he talked to me. I was like, you're so negative.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I felt like saying that. Like, why?
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't know much about it, why are you being?
I know you have an opinion for sure. Like, yeah, because it was like a Debbie Downer moment. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But afterwards, when I started thinking about it, it was like it just got reinforced.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The whole idea just got reinforced. And I was thinking, you know, after a year, like once all the franchises they get running and we're all running in sequence, I think we should have a yearly fucking battle of the 98%.
Yeah,
like, you know, who's the best 98s, and this is how we can decide who moves on to East versus West and everything else.
And that's something we have actually spoken to Baxter and Dexter about. So,
well, Dexter was telling me he wants something developed like that. Yeah,
like 98 is the perfect farm league for any large league that's doing 2% matches.
Yeah. Anybody that's a big name paying for their athletes, like I'd say Arm Gods, East versus West.
Like
there's not a lot. There's not a lot of them. Global Elite's doing big things now. So
you mentioned that our Facebook group is probably the largest private one. I just took a look. We are now at 12,228
followers.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well, people in the group.
In the group,
and but to me, like, you know, there are other groups that are bigger, but they're public. 98 is I think the biggest private arm wrestling group.
I would say.
Because I made it private on purpose because
the only competition you have is Reddit.
What's that?
Reddit's got everybody's on Reddit. I don't like it. I don't really follow Reddit. So.
I only go on there when I know there's going to be like some crazy topic.
Yeah, you can see what people
just to see the comments, and then I'm out.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there was an incident this week that I don't think we've had yet, that somebody had to be banned from the Ohio State tournament for excessive drunkenness.
Really?
The guy was basically came up to the table, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute. Took a look at him, just staggered up to the table, so they gave him the old eye test. It was
Hold
hard.
on. So Yak went to Ohio?
Ohio.
Hey, did they say who it was?
No, I don't know.
They got a good arm wrestling scene in Ohio.
He said, I'm not going to have any broken arms here because somebody's so fucking drunk.
Yeah, a guy I met in Montana was Niles Anderson. He's from Ohio.
Yep.
He's number one in Ohio.
He's strong, dude.
My buddy Dale crushed him 3-0. Yeah,
nice.
Did you see it? I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it was yeah. But anyway, Dale's my training partner. If it wasn't for Dale, I'd be rooting for Niles. I think Niles is a great guy. So, but my buddy Dale went up against him, and Deadly Dale gave him a little spanking. So, but I think it motivated the shit out of him because I'm watching him now, and he's a maniac on the table. So, sometimes losses can really fire someone up.
Yeah.
I know he trains with Hutchings, Todd Hutchings. So
my brother just sent me a note saying he just saw a Home Depot Christmas commercial. Shot.
Matt wants to come on, guys. Send him the link.
I sent it to him.
Nice.
We did an event at like a town fair last weekend.
Okay.
And
we do those here.
Yeah, and the lady was kind of like, I don't know how it's going to be, arm wrestling, blah, blah. It was the busiest booth at the entire fair.
Yep.
People were lined up to arm wrestle, and like I brought my side pressure machine.
Okay.
So like kids were taking turns sitting on the weights. What's that?
I still get your old one.
Yeah, Ray's got it. I told Ray.
What Ray say?
I said, Ray, it's spoken for now.
Okay, good.
He borrowed it to see if we could figure out how to replicate it.
Replicate it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're like taking measurements and doing all that. So as soon as we're done doing that, I can send it out.
Nice. Just let me know on that.
But yeah, the fair went so well, dude. We recruited like 5 new guys that want to go to practices nearby.
That's how you
directed them. you know.
Isn't
But
that
the
awesome
kids-
when you find new people?
Oh, that's the best feeling
It
to me.
is, man. It
Because
is.
not only is it growing the teams, but that's 5 new people that are going to come to our events.
Pay for an entry. Yeah.
And
even
come,
that.
you know,
Yeah,
you're just
exactly.
recruiting.
Yep.
And the kids were taking turns sitting on the weight plate, and people were picking up the kids with the and you loved it. And we got so much good content.
Oh, wicked.
Like it was really cool.
Yeah, no. You know what? Those fairs are good, man. They do one here too every year at the fair, and there's always new pullers. You know what? When you meet a new, like when we went to Mayhem at the mall, that's a huge one here. Sometimes 600, 700, 800 entries. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's every November. So we got another one this year. But last year, I'm outside, I'm having a smoke, and this 3 young drunk guys came up to me. And they were just like, yo, man. And they're like, you got to smoke? And I gave him a smoke. And he shook my hand. He goes, what's your hand? He goes, your hand's steel. And I'm like, well, I'm arm wrestling. Oh, you're a pro arm wrestler? And I'm like, there's an event tomorrow, man. I said, you guys, maybe silver up a bit, but, it'd be good, man. You want to I've always watched it on YouTube. Anyway, he showed up at the event the next day. That was cool. He entered two different classes. Yeah. And then 4 months later, I'm at another event. He comes up to me. He goes, thanks so much, man, for introducing me to arm wrestling. He goes, honestly, all I do is live, eat, shit, and breathe arm wrestling now.
Yeah.
And he trains all day. Yeah. And I've seen him at events.
To the club.
Yeah. So it's like, if he ends up being someone real good, it's like, fuck, good thing I mentioned it to the
You're like, I got that guy in.
yeah. I want clout.
I know that guy.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I always love it when I link up someone with practice and then you find out that they're consistently going and they stuck with it.
Well, yeah, because you fall in love with it, right?
Yeah.
Some people just have to they just need to be shown.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there. How many guys out there they're competitive, but they can't really do a sport. But arm wrestling's easy for, somebody. That's, a lot of guys want to be in a sport, but they work and this and that. They find arm wrestling, they got that competitiveness. Next thing you know, like they're all in, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I've seen the opposite too, where a guy comes to practice and they never see him again.
They get that elbow pain.
Or the back pain. They're done. Yeah, I didn't move. I couldn't wipe my ass for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I did the same thing, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah,
I was getting beat by all these weak little guys, and I was like,
"Oh, dude!" My first practice, Dave Shell was whooping on me.
Yeah. But I think that motivated me more. I was like, if they're this good, that's how good I can get. I'm way strong. I can kick everybody's ass here in this garage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's
right.
what I'm thinking, right? Yeah,
I love it too when like some big gym bro comes thinking he's gonna kick everyone's ass, and we stick him with the smallest guy. And then but then they're like, okay, what's the trick here? I gotta learn it, and then they're hooked.
Yeah, because they're thinking in their head, like this little guy beat me.
Yeah,
imagine if I could do that.
Right.
Yeah, but they find out quickly that it's different muscle.
Once those types of guys get it, they end up being monsters.
Yeah, because they got that. They know how to train too, right? They just switch their training up a bit. Yeah,
I love to see people surpass me.
No, it's just
I'm like, all right,
I know. I don't let them. If I feel someone about to pass me, I train fucking harder.
I don't have a choice. They just surpass me.
Oh, you just let it happen.
Yeah. I think once I get the surgery, then I'll.
Yeah, then you can train.
Because I kind of train, but not as hard as I should be.
Because your shoulder, right?
Dude, yeah, but you know what? Like the last couple practices, Ray was like, dude, what the fuck? You feel strong all of a sudden. I think because I've been avoiding the shoulder, that everything around it has strengthened.
Yeah, that happened.
And now I'm just arm wrestling differently where I'm not using my shoulder as much.
Yeah.
And it's starting to get stronger. And people have noticed, and I'm like, wow, that's weird.
Well, in similar fashion, I said it's too bad the front delts don't do much for your arm wrestling, because I've been hobbling around this stupid cane because of my bad hip for so long. My right frontal delt is a lot bigger than my left. It's like, holy shit. It's solid.
Yeah. But, Nathan asked if I'm going to Arizona. Yeah, I think so. So I went to go get my real ID because here in the States, they fuck with you with this real ID thing. And they fucking denied me. So I was like, oh, fuck. Because my birthday's this month, so I have to renew my license anyway. So I had to order a new. They made me order a different birth certificate and all this stuff. So, and I don't know if the birth certificate is going to be in time for me to get the real ID. So I called the airport and they said, "Look, we're not allowed to tell you this, but we're not really enforcing the real ID anyway. So if you come, they just put you in a different line." And I'm like, okay, so all I got to do is renew my license. But here you got to order like this picture card in advance and it's got to come in. So as long as that comes in before, which it should, and I can go renew my license.
You have a driver's license?
Yeah.
That's our official ID in Canada is our driver's license.
Yeah, ours too. But now the new driver's license is called a real ID. So all it is they're more strict about, like, you have to provide a social security card, a birth certificate. Basically, they're doing it so that illegals can't fly or do anything that, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
And it looks just like a normal driver's license, except there's a gold star up in the corner, which suggests you're going through the additional process.
Yeah, so I had to order a different birth certificate because when I was born, they just gave you a birth registration card. And for fucking 40 years, it's been fine to use that. And now all of a sudden they're saying no. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, now they just want extra levels.
Yeah, so I should be in Arizona as long as I can just renew my license and get.
You know what? I'll accept any of that shit as long as they don't try to do a digital ID.
Yeah, I will, dude. Fuck that.
Digital ID, no way. You're doomed. You're fucking doomed after that.
I just paid to renew my pre-check because, not that I fly that often, but it has saved me at least 2 occasions where I made a flight that I would not have if I didn't have that fucking pre-check to get around the long lines.
Yeah,
dude, it's bad enough you say like dildo, and all of a sudden you're getting ads on your fucking iPhone for dildos.
You can't say nothing because the phone's listening to you.
Dude,
I get it.
Alexa's always listening. Fucking.
Yeah, I know. Did you see our new intro to our pod? we made 2 new intros this last couple of weeks, man.
Oh no, I probably saw it but didn't realize it was.
I was going to see what you thought of the music. Yeah, because I've been kicked, and the editing's always good. Zach does the editing. But,
I'll check it out.
Yeah. Check it out. We did a funky intro. It was pretty cool.
That's fun.
I like screwing around with the intros. I always run an intro, kind of sets the mood of the podcast. Yeah.
Shout out to Nathan McAllen real quick. Yeah. He's one of the 98 franchises for New Mexico, and dude, awesome. He's so fucking supportive of everything 98. Like, if a 98 guy comes out with a new shirt, he's buying it. He bought our 98 supplements and tried them out and stuff, and gave me feedback on whether they were good or bad. And he said they were good. So, like, such a cool guy to have in the franchise. And he's planning his first event for next year. And
awesome.
Yeah, really cool to have another.
That's just it. I wouldn't mind collecting all the 98 shirts.
I know. I want to do the same thing.
You got to ship them to me as a gift, though, man, because I'm not paying fucking duties right now, man. Anything bought in the States. I just bought some fucking thing, $269. You know what the duty was when I got it? $100 on top duty. I'm like, fuck. It's honestly, I get Trump's tariffs, but man, like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? I deal with a lot of people in the States, right? So it's tough. It's making it rough on me.
Yeah.
Like fucking. So anyway, all the 98 guys out there, I want a t-shirt from all of you. I want one from the store, but send it as a gift. I'm not, if I have to pay duties, I can't do it.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, if we get the headquarters, it would be cool to hang one of each franchise's shirts up.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about doing it.
Yeah. That way you see every franchise's logo. And
I got all kinds of clothing providers bugging me right now.
Remember, I still have copies. I'm saving copies of our first 2 tournaments ever. Or first 3 or 4 tournaments, actually. I have the Protest 1, Protest 2. I still got the shirts.
Yeah, that's cool.
Told me to save them for the archives.
You should be saving. Yeah, you always save a shirt.
I started saving one of each medal, too, from our events.
Yeah.
That way we can, like, display all the 98 medals and shit.
Yeah, I think that's good, too. Yeah, we've done it. I've done it.
Yeah.
Because we ran the East versus West qualifier, and I wanted an East versus West medal. But I ended up donating my East versus West medal to fucking this team that we had down from Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
So we had the Uzbekistan world team here, like killers, man, lap world champions. And they kept giving us gifts, but every time they gave you a gift, they expected another one. So then you give them a gift, and then they would give you a little better gift. And then they would anyway, fuck, man, it was like 8 or 9 gifts. I was like, fuck, all I had left was my East versus West fucking gold medal. And I'm like, here. And they're like, oh, thank you. It's like, fuck. But they brought ceremonial robes, like their robes or ceremonies. And then the champion of the event, Dustin Houghton, won. They presented him
with a robe.
Yeah. It was cool, man. But fuck,
they left with all my chickens.
They got me a custom ring. It only fits my pinky. I could barely get it on my pinky, but it's gold and silver, and it's got the 2 arm wrestling arms in the middle.
Oh, that's cool.
And they had it custom made as a present for me when they got here.
They should have got your ring finger size.
I know. It didn't even fit my pinky hardly. But anyway, it was still awesome, right? Like I thought that was cool. But yeah, whenever you have one of those teams over, or Kakistan or whatever the hell they're called, Kazakhstan, if they give you a gift, just be ready to have lots of gifts ready.
Yeah.
That's tradition. It's like gift for better gift and then better, and it gets better. Then
That's
they want
crazy.
bigger. Yeah, I'm not lying. It's like,
that's crazy.
It's their culture. Yeah. But it was pretty funny actually.
Oh, Billy Ortega.
Billy Ortega.
Texas Arm Wrestling League, those guys. What's up, Billy?
Yeah. I hear good. You know what? I hear he runs good events. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
TAL. I've never been there. Yeah.
TAL is great. And the way that they have the whole state lockdown, like set up with, everything is amazing.
Yeah. Well, they ran a TAL here too, but it's different. It was different.
Oh, he said no clout having 98%. You bastard.
No clout. That was Luke Poulter that said that.
Yeah. He's bagging on us for that.
He's a nice guy though.
Yeah.
He just didn't like the 98.
Don't worry, I'll set him straight.
Yeah.
Once he hears about it, I think he'll understand more.
Yeah.
What Hollywood? No double bicep greeting.
Matt Hollywood in the house, dude.
Double bicep signature. Yeah, mine's just the forward.
We got to boot him off the podcast for hanging out with Steve Fernandez.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Steve loves me.
Just kidding, Matt. Just kidding.
I did an event with Steve. Yeah. Interesting.
One and done.
Yeah. It was that City Slickers event. Yeah, it was a good event though.
Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
The production of it was awesome.
Production was fucking awesome. Yeah.
Oh, Billy said he'll come on in just a minute. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Gelder to do events again. Like, hey Matt, did you think the production was good on those?
Which show was it?
Oh, remember the review you did on my match, and then I think you did another one of our guys' match.
The Montana,
the Montana one
versus City Slickers.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it. I thought the production was good. I thought the atmosphere was really powerful. There was a lot of people in the room that were really invested in what was going on. And it was a great match, well filmed, and it really captured the atmosphere of that style of arm wrestling.
Yeah. I know it was. So that guy, that production manager guy, he ended up having a bad experience. So he ended up. Now he's walked away from arm wrestling, but I'm trying to get him back in. So, and it looks like he's going to start doing events again. Yeah, just gotta be with the right people. Yeah. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I thought it gave a real WAL feeling,
I loved all the camera angles, dude. That was fucking awesome.
In the table, they even had one in the table.
Yeah,
you could see that. Yeah, I thought it was fucking good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had him on the podcast.
Yep.
Just so that he could, because he kind of got bashed from the other side. Yeah. I was like, dude, he deserves to say his side,
Yeah, he got slammed, man. I couldn't believe it. The guy did, like, I don't know what else he could do. Really. You know?
I mean, he sponsored the women's payouts at Winter Blast, and I didn't even ask him to. He offered. He just reached out and offered, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that
see, I
really
felt
cool.
bad for Team Jersey or Team Tri-Cities or whatever they called it, because Gelder's guys had all nice jerseys, and Steve refused to pay for the jerseys for his team, so they just got event T-shirts that Gelder paid for. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that kind of sucked. Yeah. But
So Matt, how are you enjoying your stay in the States?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the states, a lot more than I was expecting to. It's been very exciting, very interesting, different. Every day I've been somewhere different, like a different state. It's been crazy. Been all over the.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it without your help.
Well, and I saw an article.
I'm here to help everybody, Matt.
I saw an article recently where somebody was saying that how Americans are accused of not being well traveled, and he said it's not really true. A lot of Americans do not even have a passport, but said Europeans just don't realize how big the country is, and when you travel, they're well traveled, but they may be going 2,000 miles. He said I can be in like 5 countries in 85 minutes. Where in certain areas of Europe, the Americans are traveled, but within their own country.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, every state is different. Every state is different here. Like, you go to the Grand Canyon, and it's a whole different landscape than if you go to the Northeast or the South, or so you can see a lot of cool things in our country.
Well, even just the contrast between the Grand Canyon and Las Vegas, which is just up the road.
Yeah. So
Both
Matt,
big money pits.
When do you head home, Matt?
I leave on Monday.
Monday? Okay. The 10th?
Yeah. And I get home like 3 weeks later.
Sorry, not the 10th.
No, it's whatever, it's the 14th.
14th.
Yeah, I don't know.
13th,
14th.
And then what do you say? You're leaving again after?
No, I just said the next 4 days. So tomorrow, I'm in Long Island at the moment. I go to Atlantic City tomorrow, and then Newark on Sunday, and then Miami on Monday, and then fly to Dallas, and then fly to Melbourne, and then fly to Adelaide.
Oh,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
You know what? You need your own plane.
Yep. Private jet Conley. Hey, Hollywood, you gotta live it.
Double biceps for the wings.
just get one of those rideable drones that they got now.
Yeah.
Negotiate in your contract with the Punjabi League. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I should. But now I'm thinking,
they could easily afford to get you your own private jet.
The way they're growing, wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm so impressed by them.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was in San Diego for 2 weeks and saw a whole bunch of like the tourist stuff there and different iconic locations. And yeah, I've been in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Philadelphia, Miami, Tampa. It's been crazy.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Were you able to meet up with the great Stephanie Spencer when you were there?
I did, just very briefly. Yeah, she didn't know we were doing a TV show.
Did she molest you?
No. It's just a quick hello. She was on her way to the gym, so
nice.
Yeah, but that was cool to meet her in person.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad you got to get all around and hit up a bunch of events and practices and meet some of the regulars.
Yeah, it's crazy how much is happening over here. Like every weekend, there's a tournament. It's just insane.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's like one a year, and it's like one a year.
Just here in the Northeast, there literally is something every single weekend.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool. But my arms are really sore.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I bet. Are you pulling a lot then?
Yeah, it's like normally I'll do once a week at training, and that's it. And then I do my gym stuff during the week. But here it's been like every 3 days since I got here. And like tournaments and matches, and it's been crazy.
Go back and heal. You'll go back and heal for a month and just slaughter. You'll just kill it.
I hope so.
that's what happens.
My arms are like throbbing with pain.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what happens. You break your. I know a guy. There's a guy. Zach from our podcast.
Yeah.
He will pull himself to where he's diminished, and then he pulls himself away, and when he comes back, it's like crazy.
He just injures himself.
That's how Devin does it. When Devin does the training, he'll break himself down over 6 to 8 weeks of just constant every day pulling 100 people. And by the end of it, he does break down. But then when he heals, it's just, Devin.
Yeah.
yeah. I can't do it, but yeah.
Uh-oh, Billy Ortega's in the house.
What up?
What's going on, buddy?
Just got back to the hotel room.
Nice. I heard TAL has zero clout in the United States.
It's actually we're in the negative numbers now. We're negative clout.
Yeah. I feel you there. Good old Lukey.
I didn't get a chance to watch yet, but I can't wait.
Yeah. I sent him a message to have a little chat. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if he'll bother.
I don't even know if I'd worry about it.
Yeah.
I think proof is in the pudding, isn't it?
That's how I look at it.
Maybe
I'm the delusional one.
Yeah. Franchises popping up everywhere, but no clout. Nobody wants to be a part of it. Right. Yeah.
That's the word. Yeah.
That's the word.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
This is all Brian's fault.
Yeah. I set it up. I know. Yeah.
So,
I don't think.
Yeah, I'm over here in Lindale, Texas. We got a. Losing you.
Oh, we lost you
Oh,
there.
yeah. We don't know.
Oh, sorry about that.
There you are.
Shows I have good signal. I don't know.
Yeah, no. You said you got something, and then
Texas, and we lost you.
You got some good people here or something.
I think they have an event, right? Oh, we lost him.
He was
gone.
Well,
You'll never know. You'll never know the details to that event.
Way to leave us in suspense, Billy.
No. Well, before I go though, we do have a big event tomorrow, Lethbridge, Alberta, Iron Core League.
Yeah.
Massive super match event. It's gonna be live streamed. United Arms.
Nice.
It's gonna be good. Yeah. Big matches. Dustin Houghton versus the big match of the day is Dustin Houghton versus Tony Tomlinson on the left. And that should be good. They're gonna live stream it. I'm gonna be doing commentary of some sort.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not pulling. I'm injured still, so
yeah,
I'm gonna go help out with the event, and check it out, everyone. I'm sure there's gonna be 1,000 tournaments on YouTube tomorrow, but which is kind of cool. Have you noticed that now on a Saturday you'll see like 4 or 5 different arm wrestling events on YouTube? I like it. I kind of like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my outro anyway, guys. So you have a good night. Good seeing you, Matt. Have a good night, David. See you, Ryan. Take care, guys.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let you know how it goes with Luke.
Yeah, let me know what he says, for sure.
I will.
Okay, bro.
See you.
So.
So.
I like that guy.
Oh, here, Billy back. Billy back on. What's up, Billy?
See if the Wi-Fi does any better.
Dude, you really fucking kept us in suspense on this event, goddamn.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it cut out right when you said we have this going on tomorrow, and then it just cut out, and we're like, what is it?
So it's the Pulling for Special Kids tournament.
Nice.
So this is I think year 12 now that Rick Parlett has been putting it on, and he donates 100% of the proceeds to the Tyler Special Olympics.
Nice
delegation. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, so like tomorrow, the some of the kids and the young adults and stuff like that from the Special Olympics will come in. They'll get to we let them pick like whoever they want to arm wrestle out of the crowd. So if they see somebody they want to arm wrestle, they point at them and we get them on the table and they arm wrestle and they get a little award afterwards and stuff. So it's really cool.
They would all kick the shit out of me anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
So
that's cool, man. Have fun. I hope it's a good event.
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What else is going on?
Matt Connolly getting ready to go to what? Atlantic City tomorrow?
Atlantic City, absolutely. Mr. America tournament is on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how we go there. That should be good fun.
Oh, you get to meet my good friend James Reed.
It's another one of your good friends.
Actually, he's better friends with Billy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I like James.
I don't personally have any problems with James anymore, but
I don't think anybody believes that.
He sure hates me.
What's the story there?
That's a long.
Oh Lord, you want to get into that?
Yeah, no. I'll message you privately about that one. I'm sure you remember all the jokes about the speaker that went missing and all that way back.
Yeah.
Kind of that situation, but
okay, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, to me, it's been over a while, but
over a while.
Still doesn't like really have a deep hatred for me.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah.
So when's your next tournament?
And let's
we might have one January 10th. I'm just waiting for the venue to get back, but other than that, Winter Blast.
Yeah.
Focused on Winter Blast.
I think I'll throw one on January 10th too.
You might as well, because as soon as someone hears that I said that, there will be something on January 10th up here in the Northeast. For sure.
Yep. I was just actually we were talking about that today, the number of events just in Texas alone. And I think between the super match events and tournaments, I think we're like over 15 during the year.
There's 15 here just in March.
Yeah.
Sean Hancock.
on my, the Northeast Mid-Atlantic, we have 5 events in October. We're halfway through the month. We've got 6 in November. We have at least 4 that I know of in December. Probably pick up some more there. And then we're starting to fill in, January, February, March.
Yeah.
It's nuts. We don't have enough arm wrestlers for all this shit.
No, and that's why some of these upcoming events are really going to be very small classes, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like like with Sean going to all his classes, that's my reluctancy in doing that is, you just end up splitting all the classes, and instead of having, 5, 6, 7 in there, you've got 2 or 3 now. You can just start dividing all the classes.
Of course, not. I should probably bitch because, due to that fact, I have, and all these participation awards I get, I have more medals than I have career wins.
Wins by default.
Hey, the second tournament I ever went to, they said, "You realize you're pulling for third?" I said, "What?" And they said, "Yeah, they want to come get your medal." I said, "I went 0-2. I can't take that." They said, "Shut up. Take it." You showed up at the table. Other people could have stepped up the table. They didn't step up the table. You had the balls to do it. Take the damn award. So, okay, I take it. I don't brag about it, but I take it.
Honestly, that's the way I feel about it. When we get in, I hear people get into these conversations about, did you actually win a national title and did you actually win a world title? I'm like, for the most part, there could have been a lot of different people there.
Well, yeah, and the one that killed me is when you get some of these folks that were bragging that I won four national titles, not to mention any name and referring to one of our transgender people that at the Worlds in Orlando.
Don't narrow it down for us.
Yeah, four wins, but some of them, in fact, one of them, I think, to get her national title, she had to beat, no offense, her Stephanie Spencer, but that was her world title. But it's like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah.
But
I don't even know that I could beat Stephanie Spencer.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out in November.
no, well,
You booked your flight yet?
No,
Yeah.
no, but I will. Well, dude, I went to get my real ID and they denied me.
What?
Yeah. Oh, nice medal there. The Sean Latimer New Jersey State Championship. What a beautiful medal there.
They looked at
Is that the one you sold? You sold to him?
Yeah, Matt bought it.
Yeah,
Actually,
that one.
I'm pretty sure
That's the one I got for free.
yeah, I gave him one of the free 98 ones that we made at one point.
Yeah, the driver's license people looked at his old license, which looks like a cross between Narendra Modi and somebody with, shall we say, a little bit slow in the head.
Down syndrome. You can say it. Down syndrome.
Yeah, it looks like a combination of Down syndrome and a fat Mahatma Gandhi.
Wait, who are we talking? What are you talking about?
Your old driver's license.
Oh, mine?
Yes, yours. Show them.
It's not that bad, dude.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. Dude, so this year I brought a Sharpie and I went in for the real ID, and once they gave me a ticket, I was gonna connect my eyebrows, but I didn't get that far. So we'll see what I can pull off this year. But basically, like when I was born, they gave you a birth registration card.
Yeah.
At the hospital I was born at. So 45 years, that's been good enough to use for everything, but not the real ID. The real ID, they said, no, you need your birth certificate, which
at that time, New Hampshire,
they didn't give you both. They just gave you the card. So
yeah,
that's all I've ever had and never needed it. So now I had to order it, and it says it can take up to like 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm like, it might not be here in time. So I called our airport and I said, hey, how strictly are you enforcing the real ID? And they said, the guy that I got was like, between us, you're fine to use a regular ID. I was like, oh, great. He's like, they might put you in a different line, and they might ask you some questions and you might have to bring some stuff with you. Like
they might touch you.
They might touch you. They might check every orifice. But I was like, well, I prefer that anyway.
Where's that line at? Point me that way.
Is that one? Yeah.
Now everyone's going to forget their real ID. So
Brian talks about how old I am. Hell, he's old. He's so old that they hadn't invented birth certificates yet.
Right? Yeah.
I ran into that same thing where I think it was when I was, if I can remember correctly, when I was trying to get maybe my passport.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I did the same. I carried around the hospital one. And like even my mom, I had to order it like that because my mom didn't even have it. That's the one that she had all my life.
Yeah.
Well, it's the birth. It's
the card is what my mom gave me. Like when I got my first job, and I've had it in my wallet ever since. Like with my social security card
that you're not supposed to have.
That you're not supposed to carry around.
Is it laminated too?
No, that is just regular paper.
Oh yeah.
The report of your birth was from
all the edges are like worn out, but I've had it my whole life in my wallet. But so the other thing that compacts the situation is my birthday's on the 22nd. So my ID expires that day anyway. So I also have to renew my license if I'm going to use that. And here you have to like order a picture card to come in. And they were like, that could take up to, however many days. And I'm like, well, goddamn, dude, if this doesn't come in time. So I was like, I don't want to get my flight and then find out I can't get my ID renewed in time.
Yeah.
I should be able to get my ID renewed in time. I'm not that worried about it, but the real ID is definitely not going to happen in time. So, and Ray's like, are you coming or not? And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm trying, dude. I'm really, he probably thinks I'm bullshitting him.
I know he's never going to let you live that down if you don't show up.
I know. Definitely not. So I am trying to make it out there, guys.
I don't know what's going on now. Like first he asked me to room with Mikey, and then I was like, well, okay. And now he's asking me to room with James Wall. And I'm like,
I know why. Mikey's coming with his mom and daughter.
yeah, I found that out just recently.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know, man.
It could be
Oh,
worse.
James-
When I was invited to Texas, I was supposed to room with Eric Harlan.
Well, that's you got to look who invited you.
Yeah. Well, and James Wall like walks around the room in the nude and sleeps naked. It's weird.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just wishful thinking. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a fun event though. At the very least, I hope it's fun. So I might fly in Thursday because Ray said there's a lot of people coming in Friday and some of them don't have a ride from Vegas to the venue. So I might fly in Thursday, stay in Vegas, and then I'm going to rent a car and I'll drive whatever group of people.
I was wondering how all this was going to work out logistically. I've been wondering about a lot of things.
Because from Vegas, what's it, like an hour and a half?
I mean, I think when I was talking with him, he said it was a little bit less, but it's over an hour.
Yeah. So if, as you know, I figured if I can help bring a crew over there, you know, that might be one less trip someone has to make back or forth or, and I told him, you know, if I get a rental, I don't mind if I have to drop a crew there and go back and get another crew, whatever, I'll help run some people back and forth or whatever.
You just put yourself to work.
Yeah, right. As long as they're legal, I'll go pick them up.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might as well do something.
I mean, I'll be there about 3 something is when I land. So,
do you need a ride?
I mean, unless I'm just I'll just stay the night at the airport and then fly back.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know what the schedule. I think he's picking up the Passmores.
Yeah.
So then I'll be there. So if someone, you know, if you need a ride, whoever, we could drive over there later Friday.
Yeah, I think I fly out of here like a little after 2 and then land over there 3 something their time.
Because I was looking for flights already for Friday, and it was like none of the times lined up to make things work.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if I fly in Thursday, and then I looked and I'm like, oh, the flights are way cheaper on Thursday than Friday.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, I'll just fly in Thursday and spend the night and then just drive someone back.
Yeah.
As of
You know,
right now,
just to help out the situation.
saying McCarran International Airport to Golden Valley, Arizona, 97 miles, hour 40. That's what it's saying for right now.
Mm.
Oh, he's picking up Mikey first and then the Passmores.
Ah.
So, you know, if it works out, I mean, I can bring multiple people, you know.
Yeah.
I'll just rent to like a something like a Prius so I don't have to bring a lot of people.
Dude, I would never own one of those, but I remember like we went to God, where do we go? Oh, San Francisco one year. And I got a rental car and they were like, oh, you can, you know, upgrade to a fuel efficient for like $5, you know. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. You know, whatever. So they give me a Prius. Dude,
Yeah.
they gave me a full tank of gas. It was a hybrid, right? Full tank of gas, everything I got. I ran the piss out of that thing for fucking 4 days. Gave it back to him with 3/4 of the tank.
That's awesome.
I mean, up all those hills in San Francisco and everything like that. I ran the dog shit out of that thing.
I hear they get great gas mileage.
It's like 50 miles a gallon, no matter what I did to it.
Damn.
But
that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll fit in one or I'll have like a Prius symbol on the front of my stomach from the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Just say Prius on me.
Yeah. The drive today was 5.5 hours.
Nathan said he can also pick people up if needed.
Well, I'll be standing on the curb with my thumb out. So,
dude, that means anybody could pick you up.
Might hit him somewhere, and then I'll make my way back around.
You got friends out there. Couldn't you be like, couldn't Tim Talmadge pick you up or?
Oh, don't you even fucking start.
Wow, I didn't say anything.
Don't you even start.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, so you think Luke will respond to me?
I don't know, dude, man. I don't know what is with those guys. So he's like, oh, he has no clout. Then it's like, come on, what are you even talking about?
I mean, if you're talking,
why do you even care?
If you're talking like East versus West level elites, yeah, I agree. Like, sure, we don't really cater to those guys, but if he knows what the 98 concept is, then you really wouldn't make that comment because you know that we don't cater to those guys.
Look,
but to say I don't clout. I mean,
why did he even say that? What was the context of the conversation that he even said it in the first place?
So Brian mentioned that he was a franchise, and then all of a sudden he went off like, how do you become a franchise? And you pay money, I'm out. As soon as I hear that there's money involved, I'm out. That's stupid. What do you get for that money? And then Brian started to explain it to him, but then he started making a comment about like, what do you gain from them? They have no clout in the sport. And when I heard that, I was like, well, wait a minute, dude. It depends what you mean by clout. Like, we do have the biggest tournament in the country currently. And I haven't heard of any other arm wrestling organization franchising and having 10 franchises.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that is a little bit of clout in the sport. But, I mean, maybe he just meant among the fucking East versus West or the elites, but that's why I wanted to reach out to him, because I'm like, hey, he didn't really give Brian an opportunity to explain anything.
Yeah.
Because he just kept talking over him. So I'm like, I'll reach out to him like that. If you're going to make some bold statements, at least have the whole story. Like, you're just basing it off something you heard or some assumptions, but clearly you don't know what we have going on, or you wouldn't have made those comments. So I would like the opportunity to explain to him what we got going on, and then he can make a judgment call for himself on what I say. But to base it off not having any knowledge of what we're doing, to me, seemed irresponsible to make those comments, because you're basically bashing our promotion without having any. Like, I've never even had a conversation with the guy ever.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't go bash his league if I knew nothing about it. I don't know. It just seemed odd that he made those comments, unless he's just getting info from one of the many people that hate us. I don't know. It just seemed kind of off,
Sometimes I just don't know. I don't understand why some guys just even open their mouths.
Yeah, like, and he kind of had a negative tone about the whole thing, and I'm like, why are you being negative? Like, what's there to be negative about? Like, we're just doing something different. It's working for us. Like, if say, Bill Collins or Tim Talmadge or anybody threw an event and they were doing something new that was working for them, I wouldn't bash it. I'd be like, hey, that's awesome that that's working for you. And it's in the grand scheme, it's growing the sport. But yeah, I just felt like he had a real negative look on it that was kind of unwarranted, since he doesn't really know everything behind it,
Yeah.
But we'll see if he responds, who knows? For someone with such a big name in the sport too, like, it seems like an irresponsible thing to do with a group that has a fairly large following,
Well, I mean, look, for the sake of not starting shit, I mean, we could say a lot of things, but just one of those things that, what was it? Why is he so upset about it? That he has so much concern, over it all. Like,
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
That's why I messaged him, because I'm like, if you have any questions, direct them to me, not, don't make some statements and then not allow Brian to respond.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll explain, I'll answer any questions you have of why we charge what we charge or how we're doing, why we're doing things and see what he says. But I'm not friends with him on Facebook, so it doesn't show that. It just says that he didn't read it yet. So sometimes when you're not friends, it throws it into that weird category where you don't actually see it in your inbox. So maybe he's not seeing it or whatever, but Luke Pulsher, Diabolical Billy asked which Luke Pulsher, the I don't know. I guess he's he's a well-known ref and well-known in the sport. But, whatever.
Hey, can't be that important. I never heard of him.
He doesn't have much clout. Diabolical Billy said, yeah, he's a tosser.
Well, like I said, everybody's got some sort of criticism. So he's not free of it either. So
right. Yeah, I mean, some people that are friends with him say he's one of the best refs in the business, and then I've heard people say that he sucks at reffing. So, I've heard both sides, but I don't judge him by that, because I don't personally know him and I've never been reffed by him, so I don't have an opinion on his reffing. Just like he shouldn't have an opinion on what we're doing without having more information.
And then you get the folks that say, "Oh, he sucks as a ref," even just because it's somebody they don't fucking like.
Yeah,
they may, they may know that the person does not suck as a ref, but what the hell if they're going to raise hell about it?
Yeah, like Billy's probably a good ref, but because I don't like him, I tell everyone he sucks.
I do suck.
Yeah, Chuck Ryder put up something on a post the other day about how Badger Drews has always sucked as a ref.
Oh,
like, what the fuck? Chuck Ryder, what the fuck do you know, asshole? He can't even come back to Pennsylvania because he got too many charges outstanding.
I mean, look, I don't know. Repping's a tough gig, obviously, but I think it's all about, and just like with anything else, it's all about how you take it. If you act arrogant when you fuck up, it's even worse, right? You exacerbate the situation. So, like, when you walk around with a chip on your shoulder, you give yourself, a bigger bullseye when you do actually mess up, because you will.
Yeah.
And they did, they did big time. The fact that we even had to suggest putting another ref on a monitor because two refs at the table can't remember the match count. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, speaking of refs, I wonder where Cody Bird's been hiding. He used to infest here all the time.
He's around. I think he's is Missouri State going on this weekend?
I'm not sure.
The Missouri I talked to him the other day because we were going to need a rep. We needed some refs for this event, and I think he said he was going, I think Missouri State.
Possibly. It's a little bit far for me to keep track of.
Luke, shorter than Coach Ray, louder than Sense, power shot straight in your head, mate. Now you're stomping around like Hitler with a whistle and dodgy mustache from the 70s. Is he short?
Yeah, he's short.
Really? Yeah. Shorter than Coach Ray?
I don't know. I haven't seen Coach Ray in person yet.
That's like dwarf.
Well, the point I'm making is just be careful where you throw shade. No one's immune from it.
No, I mean, look when Engen threw shade at 98, and it was like, dude, we're the ones that buy your fucking pay-per-view, asshole. Like it's not the top elites that are. There's more of us than there are top elites anyway. So the majority of people buying pay-per-views and going to tournaments and competing and buying T-shirts are 98%ers. Yeah. The 2%ers are the ones competing in those fucking events that we watch. So, why throw shade at any group, really? It's just weird. Or it's just a bad idea, I don't bash the 2%ers. We just don't cater to them, It's just our branding is for the other 98% of the sport. Weird. Dude, I got a lot of good feedback on that newsletter thing we were doing. We might do that like every month now.
Nice.
Kind of feature some different things and stuff. And we started, I put out a thing for people to sign up for the newsletter. I got like 800 responses to that.
Oh, really?
So now we have like 800 emails in our newsletter list. You know, I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I don't do lame stuff like that, but
You did get some poison pen belt letters for being such an asshole to put my picture on the
TAL's above all that.
no, that's cool. I mean, some of these things that you used to do back in the day, it's like
Yeah.
making maybe a time for them to make a comeback,
Yeah, I mean, well, we had this talk, like anything we do like that, though, it is work. Like it is time consuming, and I have a lot on my plate as it is, but I think it could be a cool thing for the future. Just, we have one that's kind of just for the franchise owners, and then we have one that we're going to do for the general public. So there's two, like one's just for 98 stuff for the franchises, and one's for like a more general public. So
gotcha.
We'll see how it goes. Might be a good way to promote events, things like that. Maybe another good option for sponsors to know that they're being sent out to this many people. I can show that number, and could be cool.
Yeah,
we'll see. If it works, I'm sure you'll all steal my idea.
I'm already starting one.
TAL monthly.
It's like that weird public announcement that would look pre-prepared.
Yeah.
That just all of a sudden hit after something happened. But
I'm gonna release one when I leave AUA.
I mean, yeah, we should. It's interesting.
Well, it's like the newspapers that all have the obituaries all written for anybody that getting up there that they might actually that they want to when they die. Oh, here it is. Boom. 10 seconds later, there's a 50-page, or 50 paragraph obituary.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I should write my own.
Well,
have it ready.
Yeah, it might
give it to my wife and be like, keep this in the safe, and when I die, you release this immediately. It starts out with, fuck that guy.
Well, at least you didn't have any trolls announcing you were dead like I did, but oh
well. Yeah.
That was funny. Dude, so Dave Shell, every time I had ever called him, he answers the phone. So the one time that someone put that he was dead, I called and he didn't answer. And I'm like, dude, he is dead. People were calling me, asking me if he's alive and shit. And I'm like, no, dude, he's dead.
Because I was on the phone with somebody else who had seen it and was calling to make sure I was alive.
Yeah.
When Andrew Hiller. But,
boy, Luke, Mr. Sunshine and Happiness himself, heard he tried anger management once, but they told him he was too short and too ugly for recovery. Bloke's basically a tantrum in trousers, diabolical. Thank you, Billy, for the super chat. We appreciate it. And as always,
certainly
very unique opinion on things. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, your comments. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Luke, if you see this, man, I'd love to explain to you what we got going on so that you can make a more educated public statement next time.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know if it's worth even messing with.
Yeah. Yeah, someone sent me the link and just said, "Hey, did you see what Luke said?" And I was like, "No, what did he say?" And he's like, "You better go see it."
And that was on Through the Fingers?
Yeah.
I'll have to go check it out.
Okay.
Go check it out.
I mean, the only thing that really irritated me was when he said, like, we have zero clout in the sport. Like, well, that may be true where you ref, like in the East versus West.
Yeah, but I mean, like, come on. I mean, like, when
I think of TAL, I mean, I'd say you guys have clout in the sport.
Like you said, and you're in our own right, in our own little lane,
Yeah. It might not be his lane, but to say that someone has zero clout, I mean, like, weird comment.
Sometimes people find themselves in unique situations because supply and demand doesn't when it comes to referees, right? There aren't a lot of real certified referees out there.
Yeah.
And then when you have stipulations from organizations that require you to use said specific referees, you narrow that pool down even more, and you're kind of left with what you're left with, type thing.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that they're not good refs, obviously, and everything like that. They put their time in, but it's kind of hard to think if we had 30 or 40 refs out there of the same caliber and certification and level and stuff like that as a lot of these guys, then you'd have to ask yourself, well, then, this is where personalities come into play, right?
Yeah, they start being judged by different things, right?
Exactly. So when you narrow the pool down and options are limited, then all of a sudden, you're the guy. Now, I mean, I'm just, it's just an observation, but the pool's not that big. So when you don't have a lot to choose from, if the pool was bigger, would they choose these people?
Yeah. Yeah. I've told you before, like Winter Blast, Sean brought in like some of his top refs, and to be honest, they got just as many complaints as any other ref normally does at a tournament anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it worth bringing in top of the line refs when they're getting the same complaints as the guys that are, maybe the next level down or whatever? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but did it make a big impact on the tournament? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We need to have somebody take a survey of a random collection of pullers and find out if they know, more people know him or know Ryan Grondin. My money's on Grondin. Now, they may not like Grondin, but they know him.
I mean, you're talking about Luke?
Yeah.
I mean, he's well known in the sport.
Yeah, but I think to his point, though, is that with the sheer number of new pullers that kind of aren't aware of, people who are out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people walking around that don't know people that they should.
Yeah.
I mean, I run into it all the time. It's like, oh, well, there's this person. Who's that? It's like, you don't know who that is?
Like, oh, you don't know Tim Bresnan? And they're like, no.
Exactly.
Well, because he hasn't pulled and he hasn't, yeah. But you ask them, do you know Dave Shell? They're like, fuck yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, they know him.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, as I said before, we all have our position in the sport. And my position is definitely not crushing my enemies and drinking blood from their skulls. But, hey, whatever.
Well, everybody plays their part in this sport. Like you enjoy it, Dave, as like your main hobby. You have fun doing it. Where you're arm wrestling is your family, and you travel around doing what you do and going to practices. And then there's guys that take it as like a serious sport where they're trying to be number one, in the sport and make money from it.
Yeah.
But you need all those guys to make it a sport. You can't cut out one group and think that this sport will succeed. It's not even succeeding as it is. So,
yeah. Well, like you said, the elite, the elites aren't watching the elites. I mean, they're not supporting, each other like that. No. Like what's supporting anything in the sport are the pullers, you know?
Yep.
Like they're,
Yeah, it's the guys that are not the elites, that are looking to get there one day or just our fans. That's the thing about the sport. Most pullers, or all pullers really, are also the fans of the sport. There's not a whole lot of fans of the sport that don't also participate. We don't have a huge fan base of followers that are not arm wrestlers.
No, we don't.
if you like the sport, usually you want to get involved and try it out and jump on board, you know?
Yeah.
Which I think that's one of the reasons that this sport is difficult to grow is it's not that exciting to watch if you're not an arm wrestler. It's not even that exciting if you are an arm wrestler, but at least we understand the rules and what's going on in the table and why it's being stopped. And we know the people, where someone who's never watched arm wrestling is like, these are two guys I don't know. I don't know why they keep stopping the match. It's hard to sell to someone who's a non-arm wrestler.
Yeah. And the problem with that is that there's a fine line where you completely demolish the sport for the sake of entertainment to bring people in, you know?
Yeah. Luke is a climber. He thinks East versus West is Mount Everest, but he's going to slip up and end up back in the Monster Factory.
I mean,
that's funny.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I think EVW is playing with it quite a bit, as far as the rule sets and stuff like that, trying to find the strictest, most, and it's contradictory, but the strictest, most exciting format that they can try to put together. But there's only so far you can go,
Yeah, that's the problem. Is to make it more exciting, you lose on the end of the strictness.
Yep.
Most arm wrestlers like the strictness because it makes it more fair. So it's really difficult to play with those. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room. I mean, like you look at Mac, that's almost like a whole different sport if you think about it with their rule set and what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great. And there's a place for it. They're doing something new with their league and stuff for super matches, but it would be difficult to do that in a tournament.
Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on what you want, right? I mean, what you're looking for.
Yeah, like he wanted us to use those tables at Winter Blast, but I'm like, dude, we can't just use those tables. Like, you have to use your whole rule set and everything that goes with it, and to change that for a tournament that'd be very difficult to have a whole different rule set than what our league usually uses.
Well, yeah, I mean that's pretty much the norm, even with the variations out there, right? The norm is the standard IFA WAF rule set out there, So that's what people are used to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and just like up here, like when everybody was using WAL rules and then it switched to strict rules, there were a lot of fucking problems for a while. Like people were angry, frustrated. They were fouling out a lot.
Well, here's the funny thing is, I watched a video. I tried to go back and look for it, but so Ohio State, I think it was, there was a down ref that was way too involved in the match. And the guy making the post ended up he made like a complaint post. And I remember watching the video and he was like, it might've been in the comments or whatever like that, but he insinuated that the ref needed to chill and not be so strict because it was a local event. But I'm like, it's a state event, so I wouldn't necessarily call that like a local event.
Yeah.
And two, I'd agree that, the down ref was like almost head reffing.
Yeah, that's annoying.
He was up in there squaring shoulders, doing this, doing that. He was all in it. One, not even wearing a ref shirt, so he didn't even look the part, but the insinuation that that a local event should be less strict because it's a small local event. Like,
yeah,
the rules should be pretty consistent across the board. Every event we should be striving, for that to be consistent. That way, if, a puller on the East Coast goes to an event on the West Coast,
yeah,
there shouldn't be any issues. They should be able to pull the same way.
then when you get to the absolute, what's allegedly, or they think is the absolute pinnacle of everything, which is the WAF Worlds, my God, they were stopping that every 3 seconds for, you really needed a microscope to see the elbow foul.
Oh, I loved watching the reffing at WAF.
It's good, but once again, but it would not, it follows to the point that we're making, that an outsider would say, "What the hell is going on here?"
Sure. I mean, yeah, completely understandable. It's not very good on the viewer side of it.
Right, and not helped any that the WAF pads are very different from, they're hard as a rock, basically. No give whatsoever on the elbow pads.
Yeah, I mean, like our combats, they give you some leeway with the as squishy as they are.
I think those are the most comfortable pads out there. Honestly.
Yeah. But have you actually seen a set of WAL pads?
Oh yeah.
They're freaking pillows, dude.
Dude, and they're big. They're huge.
They're huge. Yeah. We made a set for Robert Kelly because that's what he runs his events on. His WAL pads.
Why does he do that?
Just likes them.
Yeah.
He's kind of going to the Travis style of things, right? Like where, and that's the thing is that, a ref's job does become quite easier with a big pad.
Oh yeah.
Sure. So I don't know. His last event was pretty good. He had a pretty good turnout his last little event he did. So
yeah, he was trying to get our camera guy to go out to it. He was gonna teach him some things, and our camera guy thought that I would say no to him going.
What a dick.
Dude, I don't give a shit if you go. Like, go. And Robert Kelly's like, dude, come out. I'm going to teach you on Greg Sharp's dime. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I kind of. It's all a work in progress, and we all, I think most of us strive to do better at it, put on better events and,
sure.
Be more professional and stuff like that. And then every day there's another event where you got these weird, the reffing is weird. They're not even standing on the right side of the table. They're doing all this weird shit. The tables are junk, and I'm just like, people are running around going, these are fantastic events. And I'm like, what are we even trying so hard for?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's what I was talking to someone about. Like if I go and throw a tournament in an area outside of mine, because I've seen some of the tournaments on their live feeds, and I'm like, if I threw one up there or wherever,
there, he's up there,
and people saw the difference in the tournaments, I think they would be like, you know what I think it is there's no other some areas those guys are the main area, and you just don't have another option. But I think if they saw another option and saw like how much, what the difference in quality and just like the medals and the speed of the tournament, the cadence, I think they'd be like, okay, now I see the difference,
Well, you get that, and that's the thing too, is like, when we had, we did our Southern, and of course Corey was there running brackets, and Corey's fantastic on brackets, but the tournament was pretty much, very much close to like what we typically throw.
Yeah.
And he had the Super 64 there. Well, they had a lot of guys from all across the country. And we had a few guys that came up to me, and he was like, one of the best tournaments I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And then you have to stop and think sometimes where you go, well, I kind of felt it was a complete shit show on my end, in my mind.
Well, you're like me, and we've had this conversation where we're the biggest critics of our own event.
Yes.
And, like people said the same thing to me at Winter Blast. And in my mind, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm like, I have like a list of 30 things in my mind that we could do better next time.
Yeah.
But I think most of us like that are trying to do it right are like that, where you look at your event and you're like, okay, how can we improve it every time? Or what worked, what didn't work? we're probably still considered fairly new to promoting arm wrestling anyway.
Oh, sure.
I think you're about the same as us, like 4 or 5 years in.
We're 5 years in now. Yeah. And
and we're
as far
still
as like
considered
my
new.
promoting side, I think it's been 4.
Yeah. But we're still considered new compared to like the UALs and the Sean Hancocks and the,
Yeah.
all these bigger promotions or whatever. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because I feel like there's a lot to it that is just common sense. So, how can me and you have a league that I feel like runs better than some of these other leagues that have been around 30 years, And to me, it just comes down to common sense. And if you're not just about the money and you're actually putting some money into it and some time and effort, and you're not looking at it as a way to pay your mortgage, you actually care about growing the sport, I think that's what makes the difference. You can tell the difference between the guys that really care about the sport and the guys that are just in it for a paycheck, because they don't put much into it. You see these
I mean,
aren't even down and
you're not going to get rich doing it, but I mean, I've been doing it long enough to know that I could literally throw a tournament, do the bare minimum, and walk away with, a few grand.
Oh yeah.
If that was my plan.
Right.
Yeah.
But you do like us, like you try to get the better medals, and that, our last tournament, the medals were $1,600. Most
mine for Texas State are going to be 13.
Yeah. But most promoters aren't putting that much money into the medals.
No.
So I think that makes a big difference too, is, I think people see that. Like if you come and get this little tiny shitty medal versus, one of these big, giant, thick 3D ones, they're definitely seeing the difference.
Well, just like anything else. I mean, don't get me wrong. We, in the beginning of TAL, that we had those types of, medals and stuff. We had the, like the generic stuff you get from like Crown Awards and stuff like that. And
and part of that was we didn't know better. I didn't know they were, I thought, hey, that's where everybody gets their medals. And at the time they did. This whole new 3D and AI created medals is kind of new.
And dude, it was like
pretty awesome.
Like the image that I came up with, I sent over there, and Mark was like, no problem, easy.
Yeah.
And then boom, there it is. Not even altered from what it was. It was just exactly like I made it.
Same here, and all like 3D and like, oh dude, it's cool as shit. So, but those are more expensive than the the old traditional medals where it's like a fucking sticker, or whatever.
Insert medals, yeah.
But some people still use those, and that's fine. But,
well, I mean, it's okay. I think it's one of those things. It's like if you're working within your budget type thing, right?
Yeah.
If your tournament is not that big and you don't have a big budget, then that's just kind of what you're relegated to.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to, like at some point we quit, I quit paying our guys a standard rate for whether it was a small event, a huge event. And I went to a step rate as far as like the refs.
Yeah.
It's like the bigger the tournament, the more you get paid. Not just, hey, you're here for $200. And if it's a, 500 entry tournament and it runs, 10 hours, it's still $200.
Yeah. You kind of have to, or you end up, because we've had tournaments that were, around 100 entries, smaller, and then we've had, like Winter Blast. So
but that's the thing, too. A lot of people don't realize that
it's a huge sliding scale.
Even a 100 entry tournament based on like the way that like we run it now, it's still going to cost us like $2,000 to run.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Especially if you're doing those better medals, because no matter what, we still have the same amount of weight classes. So typically I'm still going to spend $1,600 in medals for that tournament and only 100 entries. A lot of times that barely covers those medals. and then you still got to pay all your staff and refs and this and that. And, you know, a lot of times we break even or not at all.
Yep.
But if there is any money left over, it literally just goes to the next tournament.
And if you have the specific medals for each event rather than the generic things, you know, you can't
use them again.
No, I mean, if we were running on generic medals, you know, we'd only have to buy, you know, third class medals, you know, maybe every other time, because we have all these, not third place, all these third place, you know, left over on some of these.
Sure.
Or no women show up and you had 4 women's classes and now you got freaking, you know, shitload of, you know, what was cool is at that fair, we gave away some of the medals to the kids and they were so excited. They didn't care what it said on it or.
Nah.
You know.
Yeah, and especially, you know, a lot of them, you know, they really can't, almost in a way you can't tell because they don't actually say third on them. They may be a different color, you know, they're not gold or, you know, but, you know, can a kid tell the difference between a bronze and a gold anyway? I mean, hell, sometimes depending what the shade is, I can barely tell the difference.
Yeah. Like our last tournament, we got like, you know, the typical Amazon medals for kids, first, second, third. But then as the tournament went on and we realized we were going to have a ton left over, we just gave them another medal, like the tournament medal. And we're like, hey, now, you know, you get this one. And they were so happy to get like the big one, like the adults got.
Hell, at that Southern, and this is the thing too, like sometimes then I have to look like, you know, like there are some really bad tournaments going on around the country. Like there are some really bad tournaments. Like, you know, I think what a lot of us take for granted, and we have, you know, we may complain about this and this and that, but for the most part, there, you know, some of us, you know, we're doing good. Like, because even at the Southern, the Masters class. So we always give them. I mean, Masters pretty much have the same awards as the Open.
Yeah. So
like when I handed him the Open, what was technically the Open class award, and he was like, "This is the one I get." I'm like, "Yeah." And it was for a Masters class. You know, so you know, there's a lot of guys out there, there's a lot of pullers out there going to tournaments that don't have access to the types of things that a lot of other pullers do.
Yeah. Nathan said, can't wait for Texas State.
Yeah.
I told all the franchises they have to speak highly of TAL.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm anxious and ready for Texas State because, you know, it is in El Paso. It is quite far, you know, from our populace in Texas. So, but it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a unique opportunity for the surrounding states to kind of, you know, come in and try to hit that and walk away with the Texas State championship because, you know, a lot of our Texas guys on the other side of the state aren't going to travel over there. So they're going to leave that stuff up for grabs and, you know, now it's time to snag it up. Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, hell, even Nevada, you know, whatever.
They say everything's bigger in Texas. That's why Luke can't ref there. Oh boy.
But yeah, and that's, you know, that's a crazy thing too, is like, you know, like say with our event and with Ray's event, that, you know, that geographical area of the United States is going to have what, almost 20K up for grabs, you know, as far as like in cash and prizes.
Yeah.
Over the course of 2 weeks. So someone like in the middle of that hit Ray's event, you can win money there. And then 2 weeks rest up, come 2 weeks later to El Paso, you can win some money there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So
yeah. That's pretty neat. But you don't, I mean, I watch a lot of the live feeds at the events just to kind of get, you know, not compare, but, you know, make sure we're doing something.
Sure.
You know, I don't want to say better, but I look at things and I just try to say, okay, Oh, that looks cool. Maybe we'll try that, or that failed. We'll stay away from that, or, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm always watching live feeds and just get an idea of, how we're doing, basically.
Yeah. Some of these you watch and you're like, fuck, breathing is doing better than these things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just sitting here like,
Shell's worked at somewhere. A fucking 120 person tournament took as longer than Winter Blast was fucking 500 entries. I'm like,
yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Shit, race tournament to El Paso, 9 hours and 25 minutes. Holy shit! Like I say, the distances out there are remarkable.
Dude, Ray had me so nervous about me not going to that event that I was like, all right, how long is it to drive? And I was like, fuck, 31 hours? I'm like, God damn. I can't
man.
4 hours without falling asleep behind the wheel. I'm dead. Fucking A.
That's the thing. Like we last year, I think people get fixated on the distance between point A and point B. Rather than, they don't, sometimes they go, oh, well, those tournaments are like 10 hours apart. But they're not for guys in the middle.
No. That's what I looked at. Somebody from Tucson, they basically, Tucson's basically halfway.
Yeah.
Two of them.
So new rules in Texas.
I mean, that's our problem up here. Somebody says, hey, we're 6 hours away. Yeah, you may be 6 hours away, but there's an awful lot of pullers right in the middle or 3 hours away that have to make a decision.
Exactly. Yeah. That's like, when
what's up, Dave?
Travis was going to throw that little tournament that he throws when he travels around to watch Tyson.
Yep.
And I was already committed to Sean's event out in Amarillo. Now the distance between the two is like, I think it was like 10 hours.
Damn.
And I had a few people go, well, it's, they're far enough apart, but I'm like, they're not. I mean, Dallas Fort Worth they can drive 3 hours one way or 4 hours the other. And now they have to choose.
Yeah.
Because they could do either,
And that's the thing is, in those areas, people are used to driving further. So a 4 hour drive is probably typical, at least. And if you live right in the middle, you could go either direction. 4 hours.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because I've been doing it so long and stuff like that. But like even the drive today, 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
What's your typical distance or what's the furthest you've driven for an event?
Well, I mean, El Paso is about 8.5 hours. I think this year I went out to Hot Springs to help Robert at one of his events. I believe that was right at about 8.5 hours. I drove up to, I think, Oklahoma City. That was about 8 hours. So 8 hours is about the furthest I've driven.
Yeah.
So far.
Nathan said he's coming for that 242-pound class.
No, I'll stay out of the 242s, man. Come on. But to cut a leg off to get to the 220s now.
Like Bob did?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be up for grabs, man, because, man, our 242s in Texas have been light. Our classes have been super light for a long time. Like 2 or 3 maybe in each class, every event.
For 242?
Yeah, it's just not a popular class anymore. People are either too big or they're lean at 220 and under.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. The farthest as far as to go to a tournament just for the tournament. I mean, I've had that thing a couple of summers ago where I went running all over the country. But as far as to go to a tournament and go home, IFA Nationals in Joliet, Illinois, 11 hours 19 minutes.
That's a good trek.
Yeah, that was probably my longest. So, obviously over 2 days in each direction. But,
dude, so one of my friends in arm wrestling saw or heard me talking on the podcast of how I fall asleep a lot behind the wheel. And so they sent me some medication for not falling asleep behind the wheel, right? So I'm like looking up, making sure this is something safe and it's not like a fucking cocaine pill or something. So I look it up. It's a legit thing that's for like people that fall asleep. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. I took half, dude, I was literally awake for 3 days straight, no sleep. And then
It's not like a new Vigil or Pro Vigil.
no, there was fuck. I have to look up the name, but it's like a legit medication that they prescribe to people that fall asleep or have like narcolepsy type stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'll take half one, see what it does. Dude, I didn't sleep for 3 days straight, and then I fucking crashed and slept an entire day. I was so fucked up, dude. I was like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, maybe it would help if I took like a quarter of one or a sliver.
Like how many times can you have it?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, but definitely if I had to drive to Arizona 31 hours, if I take one of those, I'm not sleeping, dude. I was gonna fucking boom. I'll fucking get there in 15 hours. But yeah, I don't recommend taking medication that you shouldn't take unless you're prescribed by a doctor.
That's like, yeah, I worked last night and I got off at 5:30 this morning. Went home, showered, laid down a little after 6 o'clock, up at 9:30, loaded the truck up, and then drove over here.
Yeah, that's rough, dude. See, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like I fall asleep behind the wheel fairly easy. I've been on the phone with Dave Shell and I fell asleep on the phone, and then I got woken up by hitting the center barrier.
Oh, God.
Whoa, hey.
Well, no, you said, oh, my phone's down to 3%. I said, well, plug it in and call me back. So no, he didn't. He basically just got off the phone and ran the side of a truck into a dirt barrier. Luckily, it just hit
the tires hit the bottom, and I woke up immediately and corrected. But yeah, don't drive tired. I don't know. I've always been terrible at staying awake. But now I found an energy drink that keeps me awake pretty well. So I'll get like one of those monster teas that are only like 25 calories. Chug one of those and pretty good.
Yeah, I got to watch out. I drink too much caffeine.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Ton of caffeine.
See, I don't drink coffee. So
I drink a pot of coffee in the mornings, dude.
Yeah, I don't drink any coffee at all. That's probably my problem. Maybe
Dude, I could drink a pot of coffee and go to fucking sleep.
Oh my God.
Like literally, that's like, so, working on the railroad, I worked on the road for like 18 years before I started working locally, where I had like a regular schedule and I was going home. But like, so working on the road, we would get on a train, say in San Antonio, and we'd take it to, say, Houston. And then we'd lay over in a hotel and then wait on a train to take from Houston back to San Antonio. So whenever I left home, I was gone for anywhere for 36 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things to do when I was going to the hotels, after about a 12-hour, 13-hour shift, because that's how long it usually takes the train to get from just San Antonio to Houston. It could take 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
You get showered, everything like that, hot cup of coffee, right, laying in bed, like, and then as soon as I was done with it, gone.
Hell no.
Oh yeah.
Dude, if I drink coffee, I'm like wired because I don't do any, like, I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't drink coffee. So when I do, I'm like it affects me a lot more than probably the average,
Oh yeah.
Who were you with? Southern Pacific?
Union Pacific.
Union Pacific.
Yep.
Because once in a while, my wife will get me a coffee, but it's not like a coffee that's good for me because I don't really like the taste of coffee. So it's like some creamed up sugary thing.
Oh yeah.
Or like a cold brew with, a shot of something. But so when I drink that, dude, I'm just like fucking wired.
Most of my life, I wanted to be a teacher, but I did have a brief flirtation in elementary school, I wanted to be an engineer, train engineer.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a conductor.
Huh.
I wanted to be, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a pedophile, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of railroad people, we haven't seen Paul Cruz recently. He must
Yeah,
have-
well, his schedule changed,
Yeah.
so he would come on when he was on his way to work because it was like
Right.
2 hours to get to work.
right.
But now it changed, and he's like, dude, I'm not wasting a night on the podcast now that I have my Friday nights open with my family. I was like,
Mhm.
can't argue there.
Filming for WSA, huh?
Dude, fuck that guy. Dude, I honestly think that just me, you, and Mikey are the only three that are like no and stuck to it.
I can't. I mean, I don't know. And then after what, basically after what I heard, this last one by his, spokesperson, what he was saying to people, I'm just like,
Oh, yeah. Good old Donnie.
Yep.
He rubbed me the wrong way when he was on the Fingers podcast and was saying, like, if you're not loud about it, then you're not banned and all that stuff. And I'm like, why even have the ban then at all? Or just be man enough to come out and say, I made a mistake. And just be, say, hey, we're lifting the ban because I fucked up or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
How many were there? The Arnold's qualifier. Were there any other ones in the United States other than VAL?
So I think, was Pablo's tournament supposed to be one?
Yep, that was one.
Yeah. So that was one.
And then
Then you had
Canada did one.
Yeah, Ryan Espy did one. Then
Yep.
you had VAL doing theirs. And then I can't recall. Did I see another one just pop up somewhere?
I know they said a bunch are going to be abroad
Yeah.
in like Asia, in Asian territory. So there could be a bunch there, but how many of them are actually going to come over that qualify?
I don't know.
It can't be a cheap flight and weekend for those guys.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
I haven't seen any promotion for it yet either. You would think something would have come out by now. I don't know.
But yeah, because
There's still some
it's in
time.
March, right?
Yeah, and I'm already starting to kind of start to move into promoting Winter Blast.
Yeah.
no
I need to
cost. I go through iced tea by the barrel.
Do you?
Yeah.
I drink a lot of diet green tea.
Yeah. What day is Winter Blast again?
March 28th.
28th.
28.
28. The super matches are the 27th, Friday night.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have one of my regionals at the end of March.
Should just do it the same weekend.
Our schedule is so jacked. I mean, it's like I was talking with one of my directors today, and it's just like, dude, you can't. The only way to change anything is just to be that asshole and just be like, you know what? I don't care about anybody else's events. We're just going to throw ours. But then, like, I don't know. You just can't do that.
Yeah. See, Winter Blast is one of those tournaments that can be affected by other large ones out in the United States, where, like, our small ones, I could care less if there was a big one in, say, Vegas.
Yeah.
But Winter Blast could be affected by some of these larger tournaments. Like Denise was almost going to throw one in Ohio right on top of Winter Blast, and I was like, that would not be good. Luckily,
that was the Nationals, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she moved it, luckily. So
yeah.
sit-down nationals is the week before Winter Blast
Yeah, I saw they moved that one too.
by a month. Oh, it's the only day we could get it. Yeah, right.
See, and that's kind of the problem too, though, is that like one of the hardest things to do is set our schedule every year because we have to factor in so many different events.
Yeah.
What's going on in close proximity around us that we actually care. There's a couple people that I really I have that stance on. I just don't care. They don't give a shit when anybody else is throwing anything, and they just lay it down. So when it comes to those people, I don't pay attention to them. But there are some people like we try to work as best we can with like Louisiana State, because a lot of our guys like to go to Louisiana State. Stuff like that. And then
we run into the same here, like especially now with the franchise, like we gave Maryland some of our tournaments that we throw down there because now they're the franchise of that area.
Oh yeah.
So that frees us up to throw something different, but we don't want to step on our own franchise's toes either. But some of these guys in the Northeast don't give a shit when we have an event, and they'll throw it the weekend before, the week after, the same day. And I'm getting to the point where, you can ask Dave, because Dave is a huge factor of when we plan tournaments. We really try to avoid them.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point where it's like, I don't want to play nice anymore. Like, what's the point? Because no matter when I throw the tournament, even if I try to avoid them, we'll just add another one in between to bother us,
Well, see, and that's the thing too. It's like, I think we have way too many events already, right? So coming out of COVID, TAL, we basically got our start in COVID. Thankfully, being Texas, we didn't have all this bullshit, restrictions and stuff like that, like the rest of the country did when the rest of the country shut down. So, like, right in the middle of COVID, we threw all our events. We never had anything shut down or had to be moved or anything like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't much going on. There were a couple existing tournaments like the tournament that I'm helping with tomorrow. That was here, stuff like that. So we came, the guy that originally made TAL, they came in, they set a schedule, hey, there's going to be 5 events, Now Texas has got events. Well, since then, everybody wants to be a promoter, right? Everybody wants an event in their backyard. Well, okay, but so then, I was talking today, I was like, even if we decided, hey, you know what, we're going to pull back because we think there's too many. Like, we genuinely think there's too many. We don't have enough pullers. And everybody should be striving to have really good events. So even if we said, hey, we're going to pull back and we're just going to do 3 tournaments a year, there's like 4 or 5 people just waiting on a month to open up where they can throw another one. So if we leave a void, they're gonna fill it. They're not gonna see the same outlook that like we're looking at. They're not looking at it like we have too many events and across the United States. It should not be any kind of like mystery that some events are dwindling.
Well, we used to, throw our whatever September event and then not throw anything till Winter Blast. But then, because I'm thinking, holidays, this and that. But then, all of a sudden you'd see those, 6 months or whatever, just jam packed with events anyway. So I'm like, why avoid it? Why should we miss out on throwing a tournament in our area if someone's just going to creep in and throw one there anyway? So we just now, like, maybe every 2 to 3 months we throw something.
I wish we had a gap like that, but there's just too many tournaments with the super match tournaments that we have. And I mean, there's a super match event and a new tournament going down in December. We have Texas State in November. I mean, like I said, it's just hell. There was a super match event 2 hours from another event that just got through on Labor Day.
Yeah.
It's like,
and a lot of them are like, backyard barbecue type stuff. And I'm like, man, why And here's the problem is people will go to those because it's closer to them. Instead of driving that extra hour to go to a legit tournament, it's all some people, at least it's all about what's convenient, you know, which I get, but then, you know, those promoters should try to work with the legit promoters and try to at least avoid their events, you know?
Well, it's like, you know, look, nobody has to ask me for permission.
Right.
Like, I can't tell nobody what to do, but I've got a pretty good hold on like the logistics of what's going on everywhere and stuff like that. And surprisingly, like, you would think that, you know, people would reach out and go, "Hey, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? What's going on?" They just plop it out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. When people do that stuff like that to us, or they talk trash on 98 or this or that, I use it as like fuel, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna outwork this guy. You know, I'll put in the extra hours, put in the extra time, promote harder, and just
then, you know,
try to beat him that way.
So the other flip side too is that I'm looking at it from a completely different angle. So like what I'm really starting to watch is which pullers are no longer traveling and whether or not it would make any difference. Like if I need to throw a tournament here in the South and let's say none of the East Texas people are traveling out of their region anymore, they're just staying locally. Well, then what does it even matter if I throw one in the South?
Yeah. Right.
They're not traveling to it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so if I need to throw one in the South, I just, you know what, maybe just throw one.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to stay right there.
That's kind of where I'm going with this. Like, I'm just going to plan our schedule, you know? And a lot of these leagues, it's like, hey, we're bigger anyway. So I'm like, I'm just going to plan ours and they can move around us.
Yeah.
Or they can not move around us, and it really doesn't affect us anyway, because the people that are going to come to 98 come anyway.
Sure.
You know, if they choose to go to the other event, that's fine, because we promote them too. Dave puts every event on his list, whether it's someone that's friendly to us or not. So, you know, that way the pullers know what their options are, and we're not affecting them. Stuff like that. Now, maybe WSA we won't put on the list, but I don't know. We probably still would. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, the way those things are running now. I mean, you would by product put somebody else because he's making everybody else's events qualifiers.
Yeah.
So.
I know that's the shame too, is because then some people feel obligated to go to like their friend's tournament because it's a WSA qualifier. You know, like the one down in Georgia that was for a good cause and, you know, raising money for veterans, but then it was made a WSA event. So it's hard to like not go out and support a good cause just because it's a WSA event. But, you know, shame on Greg Sharp for putting people in that situation.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I mean, when it all went down, but there's been a couple things since then that have happened that I've just kind of like put a real sour, bitter taste in my mouth. But so I'm just like, well, maybe I did make the right decision.
Oh, same here. I mean, some of the events had like 12 people at them. I was like, geez, that's terrible. You know, and there's a reason though, you know.
Well, okay. Like, you know, that's the thing. You know, I had somebody message me the other day. We were talking about it and stuff, and I'm just like, the reality is that's on nobody's radar.
Nope.
Nobody's talking about these things.
Nope.
You know, it really isn't like, and I don't know, like, I'm not going to put like the sole like thing on, you know, just that aspect, but I think that does factor into there's so much going on that some of these bigger, you know, quote unquote, more prestigious events and stuff like that, they're not a big blimp on the radar anymore. They're just a bunch of it's just a sea of just dots, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing is like I said, I don't think it has anything to do with like the whole ban thing or whatever. I think a lot of it is, I mean, I rarely see any flyers for their stuff either. Like TAL, I see all the time people sharing it around. It's all over. Same with 98, same with, other certain leagues. But some of these leagues, I don't see their flyers whatsoever. And then when I hear there's a tournament up our way, I'm like, man, I didn't even know that was fucking coming.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, was that out of nowhere? And then you go look at their event page, and it's like the event page has been up for 6 months, but there was 0 flyers going around or posts or I don't know how these guys throw an event and then 3 weeks out they post 1 flyer and then they bitch that only 40 people came or whatever. And I'm like, well, dude, what do you shit, sometimes we promote the shit out of our events and still get not many people because there's so much stuff going on,
Yeah.
Like,
which is, I mean, look,
our smaller tournaments are like 120 to 130 entries.
I think at the end of the day, the pullers really need to come to reality with what they want. Do they want bigger and better tournaments, or do they want more tournaments?
Yeah.
And they just need they need to make that decision. They need to be okay with it because, we can't, I don't like continuously hearing complaints about this X, Y, and Z. And it's difficult to try to provide that when all this other stuff's going on. So I'm like, look, you can have a tournament every weekend with 15 or 20 guys and, 1 table, and we only need 2 refs and it's low overhead, and we can do it every weekend. We can have a tournament every Saturday.
Yeah.
No problem. But you're not going to get, you're not going to get paid. You're not going to have, cool awards. You're not going to have all this. You're just going to have an abundance of, competition.
Yeah.
Or we could think about this logically, and say, okay, look, we really find that, if you got something going on and you want to do more, you want to do less or whatever, think about how that impacts everything, around you, and, make the decision there, but we won't, I mean, that's the thing is there'll be some big tournaments still. I mean, the Winter Blast will always be big, stuff like that. I mean, I think our Texas State in the right location consistently will be, will be fairly decent size.
Yeah.
And we'll find that out, over the next, not this year, but, when we bring it back centralized, over the course of next 2 years beyond that, we'll be able to identify. There's really no reason why Texas State shouldn't be 400 plus entries.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just been because of location.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like anything else, you move left, right, up, or down, and you're losing something.
Sure. I mean, we've got enough pullers here in just the state to produce those numbers.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think and like you said, every day is their new tournament out there. So
yeah,
like if you're a promoter and you're content with the small event and doing the minimum or doing whatever that you're doing, then.
Well, the other problem we have with those is if the promoter is also the head ref and one of his sidekicks is doing brackets, whatever, and then they say, "Oh my God, you had 500 entries. Why aren't you giving out thousands of dollars in prizes?" Because they're running it on a fly by night budget. Well, we're not.
Yeah.
Well, it's just that's, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like
they multiply number of entries times the entry fee, and they figure you have that much money laying around, which is absolute horseshit.
Oh, the simple math it makes you look horrible. Simple math makes us all look like crooks.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
always does that. Like, how come Winter Blast isn't doing mass payouts? You guys are making $20,000 off the thing, and I'm like, yeah, but we pay $20,000 just to get the venue, the staff, the refs, the everything, the live feed guy, fucking, you don't realize how much money goes into it to get the venue that can house that many people.
Yeah. So we collected 20,000 and paid out 23.
Yeah, pretty much. But we were getting crap from one of the promoters up north, one of the smaller promotions, and they were like, how come you guys don't do payouts? We do. And I'm like, yeah, but you two are the owners of the league. You both ref, and you got one of your friends doing brackets, and that's it. You go to that tournament, and it's like very small, very simple. Of course you can do cash payouts. There's zero overhead, which to me, that's great that you can do that. There's a place for that, and there's also a place for what we're doing, but we don't bash you for what you're doing. That's the difference. Is
you're doing it at a bar.
We're just in our lane, and we don't really give a shit what other people are doing because, like you, Billy, I think there's a place for all of it, and the pullers will just choose where they go anyway. So what's the point of complaining about how someone else does something? Because even if me or you think that guy's tournament is shit, people are still going to it anyway. So,
no, I mean, clearly we see it every day. I mean,
it's out of convenience or whatever the reason, or maybe they don't know better. They might be new. They haven't experienced a quality tournament yet.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, it's still growing the sport, So,
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a tough conversation to have because you almost sound like, okay, well, you want these people to, stop doing or leave, whatever. The only thing I've always is just try to consider the impact on everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, look, we're trying to run a league. We're trying to run something that is consistent, year to year, and and to be honest with you, we hit a wall. Like we've hit this wall of saturation in which it continuously gets more and more difficult to produce the same results year after year.
Yeah.
So something's got to change.
It's an awfully active sport for people saying, "Gee, I didn't even know that was a sport."
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's actually good. The market always tells the truth, and that's what I'm getting at. Like if they want a tournament every weekend, they want 5 tournaments every weekend. I mean, I'm sure they can have it. I mean, that's the thing, but it's gonna, your level of expectation has to match that.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to have extremely prestigious events every weekend of,
Yeah. And if you go to those shit events, then you shouldn't be complaining about them after either, because, clearly you're going to them out of convenience. Or
a lot of times they're not. They go to a shit event and they gush all, gee, thanking everybody in sight for wanting such a fucking wonderful tournament. It's like, oh, for God's sakes, pardon me.
That baffles me. Like, if you've been to a good event and then you go to a shitty one and then really at that point, I think it comes down to like friendship and not fucking being a dick, because you're like, I had such a blast at this event. It was awesome. It took 8 hours, but I don't care. Shitty awards, but it was fucking fun. It's like, dude, there's no fucking way that you think that was a top level fucking event. You're just being nice because it's your buddy, No,
it might have. I mean, I guess in essence, the perspective of it is that it might have been a fun event.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been to some shitty ass events that were just fun.
Sure.
Like I went to that one. Me and a bunch of people went to the one in Jersey that was at that weird.
Oh yeah.
And that was a shithole. Now it was fun because we were all making fun of it being a shithole. That was the funnest part about it, was making jokes about the fucking venue. Scary.
Well, I think I'm done, guys. It's super late for y'all, isn't it?
It's 11:30.
Oh, it's only 11:30. Yeah. All right, I can keep you on for another few hours.
Yeah, we got some time left.
I got a long day tomorrow, so
good luck tomorrow.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
See you, buddy.
Later.
Well, fuck that guy. But
And where is he in this?
Billy Ortegas, I think, is one of my favorite people in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Well, he's basically very natural. He isn't going to. He's one of the few people you turn your back to and wouldn't expect to get a knife in it.
no, and he's very level-headed, you know, and he runs a really good promotion and stuff, and it helps that he likes 98, you know. I mean, he's got friends that hate me, and Billy still is friends with me and doesn't, you know, hold that against me, and still friendly and stuff. So definitely support TAL. Good people.
Everybody has
So,
friends that hate you.
Diabolical Billy. People are attracted to promotions that mirror their personality. They don't want to belong to something. 98, the new USA cult. Ryan's the new Charles Manson. Oh, God. Yeah, dude. I would love to become a serial killer. Imagine if you could just kill the opposition, like these promoters that suck. You just fucking serial kill them, weed them out. Now, if any promoters come up dead,
yeah,
I had nothing to do with it, and it is allegedly not going to be me.
No, you're not Charles Manson. You're new Charles Bronson.
Yeah, Charles Bronson.
Well, yeah, with what was that? Death Wish.
Yeah. No.
This 32. I have a 38, not a 32, but well, whatever.
Maybe more like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Charlie Brown.
Mm.
Charlie Kirk.
Too soon.
That was I would say in my lifetime, that death had more impact on me than any other.
Oh, yeah, all the guy was doing was trying to engage people to talk sense.
Yeah.
And killed for it.
Killed for his opinion. The sad part is that he gave people that don't agree with him a platform to express their opinion.
And treated them respectfully.
And he treated them respectfully, and you know, he argued with facts and then got murdered for it, dude. And it was a very public murder. And that, you know, at first they were showing the actual fucking shooting where you see blood.
Yeah. I refused to watch it.
Dude, that was bad, dude. When it first fucking, oh my God, when that came out, I was like, yikes. As soon as I saw that, I was like, he's not alive. He's not making it out of that. There's a lot of conspiracy going on with that, though. Like, you see the video of the guy that grabbed the chair that Charlie was sitting on, backed it up 5 feet, took the camera down that was there on the tent, and took the fucking card out and handed it to some other guy, and that guy puts it in his pocket and goes running off.
Well, yeah, that.
Where's that footage?
Well, that, and then the people that said, you know, basically it was the Israelis. Of course, we're willing to blame everything on the Israelis. Hell, he was one of the best friends the Israelis had, which is utterly ridiculous. And then you had, what was the other one? That, who was it? CNN never broadcast them live, but they were there. In other words, they knew in advance something was going to happen. Or whoever it was, MSNBC, whoever the fuck it was, one of the networks. Like, whatever. God. Can be a fucking...
Yeah. Probably was Engen's fault, dude. Charlie was shot by one of Engen's eyebrows.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking, you know, that whole thing's sad. I mean, regardless of what your opinion is on politics, that was still just a man doing his job who got shot in front of his children and his wife. You know, not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, I'd say that was the only other one that I would say might have been as shocking in your lifetime. And, you know, we've talked about it before, was when they had school children all over the country tuned in to watch the Challenger blow up.
Oh, my God. Well, luckily at my age, back then I was like in kindergarten, first grade. We didn't really understand that it blew up. The teachers started crying, and we were like, what's going on, because it just looked like, it's taken off and there's flame coming out the back, and all of a sudden it just became a bigger flame.
Yeah.
So like as kids, we didn't really understand that all those people just died,
Yeah.
but then they sent us all home early, and it was all our parents explained to us what happened, and then that's when it sunk in what had just happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, bloody hell, what is this world coming to? You can't even believe the news, dude, because they fucking lie. They keep stuff from us. The media, the government, you can't fucking believe. They won't tell the truth on anything. They make things disappear. They plan assassinations and attacks. You can't believe anything.
And you can't try to fix anything, because you try to fix things in the the smallest way. If it changes something, anything you try to fix is going to at least temporarily disaccommodate somebody.
If I step up and start protecting America, I'll get assassinated. It's the only reason I'm not doing it. I'll take over Charlie's fight. But yeah, our government sucks, dude. They're fucking just become ridiculous. And it's a shame, because we do have the power to overthrow the government and the right. The problem is people get comfortable, and they know if we were to fight the government or try to really change it, it would be a whole other revolutionary war type situation. And a lot of us would lose everything we have to achieve what we'd be trying to achieve. And most Americans live so comfortably now, they're not willing to lose their comfort level for a cause. That's the problem. Now, there are some that will, but not everybody. And that's kind of the divide.
No, I'd love to have a chat with some of the founders to say, well, what do you think? What do you think what we've done with your creation?
I heard they tried to shoot Engen in the eyebrow. I would imagine his eyebrows are bulletproof.
Yeah, it would just bounce off.
Imagine a bullet trying to weave its way through all that fucking hair, dude. Just get stuck in there. It's like Kevlar. His fucking eyebrows are like the new Kevlar. Bullet would just get fucking tangled.
Mm-hmm. Well. Ryan, I think we're running out of steam before midnight again. But hey, we gave him
it's fine with me, dude. I get
3 hours, 3 hours of something of entertainment.
I get so much stuff to do. I'm fine with getting off early, dude. I mean, I used to like staying on late, but now with all, I think people forget that, like, we also run one of the franchises. So all the franchises now come to us for stuff, and it's a lot of work, but we also have to run our own franchise. We also have tournaments we got to plan, and flyers to make, and event pages, and super match things. And so it's a lot of work taking on everybody else's work also, like, that need help with stuff. So we're very swamped at the moment.
Well, see if you can light a fire under those folks for the January tournament, because I want to put a list out this week probably. And but just don't have to. I just won't have to put that on the list yet. But
I sent them an email. Hopefully they'll get back to us. But if they do get back to us and that all is good, then we will have an event January 10th at 21 Locks Brewery. If not, then our next event is Winter Blast, or we could throw one January 10th somewhere else.
Yeah, just to be clear, that's our franchise is the next event. We do, of course, have one coming up in 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Cuban Missile Crisis down in Maryland, Hagerstown.
Missile Crisis.
Havana Club. And then Ray Cody's event out in Arizona. I'll be going to that, I think. And that event has a lot of payouts and a lot of cool things going on. So if you're in that area, go check it out. And Arm Gods is sending over James Wall to pull Julian Smith and Julian Smith just got a win on Jordan Sill. So originally I thought that could be a bit of a mismatch, but now that Julian has leveled up enough to get a win on Jordan Sill, that might be a pretty decent match between him and James Wall. So I'm excited to see that match now. And plus we know Julian personally and James Wall. So I'm excited to see those two pull. Both super nice guys. So
yeah, I'm much more interested in that sort of thing than, I mean, hey, East versus West likes to think they're the pinnacle of everything, but bullshit. I'm much more interested in, that than some Kazakh pulling some Bulgarian, neither of whom I really have ever heard of. But
Nathan said Wall will win. Yeah, that's my pick also. I think Wall will win that, but I think it's going to be a closer match than I originally thought, because I did not think that I didn't think Julian was going to beat Jordan Sill the way he did. So, it might be a more interesting match than I originally thought, but I do think James Wall, with his experience and strength, has the edge there for sure. So, but still fun to see someone going against someone like James Wall. Like, hey, good luck, buddy. Do your best. But yeah, should be interesting. And then I actually was talking to Marcus about possibly getting a couple people from the UK to come over to Winter Blast for some matches there, because we have Corey West not Corey West. Corey Miller's looking for a match. Paul Passmore. So we do have a few people that are, decent level pullers that are looking for matches. So maybe possibly Arm Gods can find some matches for those two guys, and we could have, some. I want to continue promoting Arm Gods in the United States and really, spread the word. And, we're still going to be working on some stuff with the Ultimate Arm Wrestler matches, possibly being here in the United States and 98 hosting them, especially if we get our headquarters. That would make it a lot easier. But yeah, and what we're trying to do with them is create like a ladder where, maybe you do one of our 98 table trauma matches and you win there a couple times or something, lower level matches. And then, okay, now you have an opportunity on Ultimate Arm Wrestler, and then maybe you win at Ultimate Arm Wrestler, and then maybe you get invited to something like the Independence Cup type match or a big Winter Blast match, or you get to go overseas to one of the bigger Arm Gods cards over there. So we're trying to create like a ladder of progression so that we can keep track of these guys that like to do super matches from them, doing a table trauma one beginner level and just working their way up and creating a ladder, rather than, some of these promotions, you do a super match and then you just get another one on the same promotion and another one and another one. And it's kind of always the same level, where, with Arm Gods, we're going to, really focus on providing a ladder for them to climb within our two organizations so that it makes sense and you can really follow that progression. So that's something me and Marcus have been talking about for a while. But yeah, we'll see, man. Major Mason in the house. What's up, buddy? Diabolical Billy said, great idea. Yeah, dude. That Marcus guy, smart guy. I don't know if Billy knows him or not, but Carolyn said, yay, Arm Gods Winter Blast 98 menthol. But anyway, that's what we have in the works, and we'll see what happens. Where's that? Okay, there's that.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I'm
athletes
hoping
have a
I
goal
may.
in the sport. The ladder is a great move. Yep. I agree, buddy. I agree, Billy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You agree, Dave?
Oh, I absolutely. Of course, as far as goals, of course, I guess that means I'm not an athlete because, well, I don't have it depends on what your goal is.
Yeah.
At times, I almost feel like I should apologize for, not taking my training more seriously. But hey, we all get something out of it, and we get
Yes.
something different out of it, and whatever.
Here's
Hell,
our link for our attempt to crowd fund some of the money that we're working towards opening a 98 headquarters / event venue space.
yeah,
We thought, if we can get 1,000 people to donate $20, this could be within our reach of actually throwing or hosting this idea and having this venue space. So that's our attempt. Whether we reach it or not, either way, it's going to help us in the right direction. So,
we want to get it before I croak, so that my ashes have a place to be.
yeah, dude, we could do a permanent shrine there.
Eh. Oh, God help us. Whatever.
Are you collabing with Dexter in any way? We're actually talking to him. We've talked to him. You know, I don't know in what capacity we would collab with Dexter. Mainly because they still have to abide by many of the WAF rules and WAF, organizational, politics. So since we're not a WAF, we use a lot of refs that are IFA and stuff like that. So I don't know if we could work with them without there being some problems with the old banning and WAF fucking anti this and anti that. So who knows? But they're definitely being friendly towards 98 now without Engen in the picture. So
yeah, Billy, that robbing a few banks. It reminds me of the line where was that for the day of the jackal, where they said, "How are we supposed to get that amount of money to pay you off?" He said, "Get your people to rob a few banks."
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. What do you got, Dave?
Not much. I'm thinking of hobbling down to Lancaster tomorrow to go to the practice at Rose City. Now that they've moved it to Saturdays,
Oh, nice.
we'll have ours on Sunday. And if I would have gone to that conference in New York, I would have stopped by at the one that they had this evening at Fort Ritchie, but where they had some of the guys, Jamie James and some of the guys came up from Arms of Anarchy to pull with Enemy Line, but I kind of blew off that conference side. It was nowhere near York, which of course means I was able to pester you tonight. But
what's going on with the Knuckles Up guys? Are they done? According to them, and I talked to them not long ago, they're still planning on coming out and doing another, the next Knuckles Up. What is it, 6?
no, I'm going to say 7.
Could be 7.
I thought they've had 6.
I don't know. I thought the last one was 5.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
Either way, they plan on coming up with some other number. And I think they're still doing Arnold's because there's been some Arnold's qualifiers, but yeah, I don't know. I would have thought they would have started posting stuff by now. But I don't know. I'm torn on the whole Knuckles Up thing. Like my personal opinion is I think they made a mistake by not coming out and addressing the situation publicly sooner. And even if it wasn't good news, to just come out and say, hey, we had this, and this happen, or we had some setbacks, or we screwed up here, we screwed up there, and just come out and explain the situation publicly. I think trying to avoid that kind of from feedback that I'm getting in the community, what a lot of people felt that was a mistake, and that they should have came out and been more transparent about every step of the way and how they were trying to get everyone paid back and what they were doing to achieve that and stuff like that. But they didn't do that. I don't know why, but just my personal opinion is I would have came out and tried to be as transparent as possible and just take it on the chin and say, hey guys, listen, we fucked up. Here's what happened. Here's what we're doing to fix it. We'll let you know when it's fixed. We're taking steps towards fixing it. Just I would have done something like that, but trying to be quiet about it. I don't think that was the right move, because now, like some of you just said in the chat, we haven't heard anything about Knuckles Up in a long time. So had they come out, I think, and just explained everything and that, then they could have continued to be relevant in the community and talk about what they were doing and this and that, So,
yeah, people will forgive quite a lot if they don't think you're basically handing them a pile of bullshit and ghosting them.
Yeah, I think that's what rubbed people a little bit weird, was feeling ghosted. When something bad happens, man, transparency and honesty is your best key. Like, just come out and say, hey, shit happens. We fucked up. Here's what happened. Here's what we're doing to fix it. And we'll let you know every step of the way when it's fixed. But I think they took care of most of the people. I just heard recently there was like one or two more people that were complaining about something, but I don't know. I like Knuckles Up. I like Chris, and I like Joe. I think is jumping on board with Chris, and Will's out of it now. But yeah, my advice to them would just be, I would come out and just be transparent and, start in the right direction with that stuff, because that could come back to bite you,
Yes. Yeah, and for God's sakes, don't lie to people, because once they catch you lying, they'll never believe a damn thing you say.
This is true. And this is why I think some people don't like 98. When something big happens and everyone's hush about it and tries to sweep it under the rug, that's why things like that continually happen, because these fucking snakes that are in the sport, they get away with it. Like when you got guys that are going around telling people not to go to tournaments and stuff constantly, to me, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. If you're doing something snaky like that in this sport, the general public should have a right to know about it so that they can make a decision whether they want to support that guy or not. So 98 has always called people out on stuff like that and said, hey, stop telling people to fucking not go to tournaments. Like, that's some shitty behavior. And there's guys out there that still do it. I mean, there's people out in Arizona still telling people not to go to Ray Cody's event because it's a 98 event and stuff like that. Stop doing that shit, and maybe we'll stop calling you out. But to me, I, as a puller, I'd want to know who the fuck are the guys are that are doing fucked up shit like that so that I can avoid their shit. Even the top promotions have skeletons, except only two I know of, 98 and Arm Gods. Hell yeah, Billy. Fucking damn right, dude. You know why? Because any skeletons we have, 98 would talk about them. You know, people accuse us of stuff all the time, or say this or say that, or I don't like this, or I don't like Ryan, or whatever. But I'll talk about any fucking topic or anything. I don't give a shit if it pisses people off. You guys know I'll shout out a lot of fuck that guys, but it's usually, if it's not someone leaving the podcast where we mean it with love, if it's an actual fuck that guy, then they did something to deserve the fuck that guy, because we don't just give that to anybody. You have to fuck over some pullers, or not pay someone, or do something snaky behind the scenes, or tell people to, do some bans like Greg Sharp to really earn a legit fuck that guy.
Yeah, I'll talk about anything except my sex life, because I talked about that once and I never heard the end of it.
Fucking menthol gold bond powder. Fucking iconic.
Well.
Anyway, fuck that guy.
And there is some truth to that, too, Drew. You're not. We don't have any skeletons because you're in the public all the time.
Yeah, dude. And if someone has something on me, I'm not afraid to talk about it. Or half the time, I bring up the bad things that I do myself in the sport. So, fuck it, dude. I don't give a shit.
I believe that Major Mason is speaking about Dungeons and Dragons. D&D. Used to hope those. Yeah, okay. So
if you could be a D&D character, which class would you be?
Apparently, they don't have Dungeons and Dragons in the UK.
It's because they're still living it. They still have knights and shit over there, dude. We don't have any. Although all of our 98 supporters now, or Winter Blast supporters, are our dragon sworn folk.
Well, they used to refer to which chat used to refer to me as a Sith Lord. I don't remember which, but whatever.
That is 100% true, Drew.
Yeah.
Just like Eminem in the 8th Mile, when he won that rap battle, because he listed all the things that they possibly could say about himself. That's my fucking goal, dude. If I make fun of myself, call myself fat, talk about what an asshole I am, and anything that I do that's fucked up, what can they say about me that hasn't already been said? But generally, I try not to fuck over people. So finding someone in the sport that says Grondin fucked me over probably won't happen. Because, I mean, there's been people that have been unhappy with certain things, and we either reimburse them or ask them how we can make it right. So if someone was angry about something at any tournament or anything, it's probably already been taken care of. So I would be the dragon. Right.
Which, of course, doesn't stop some people from saying, "Oh, Grondin."
Andy Passmore in the house. Hey, guys.
Yeah, we were talking about her earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about you, Candy. About your upcoming
super match. Super match at Winter Blast.
Yeah. Lydia.
Grondin is such an asshole for being too generous. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like that could be true. I heard Ryan once stole a speaker. Yep.
Yeah.
I would love to steal it back. You know?
Well, let's see. It's 12:02. Who do we have to wish a happy birthday to?
Well, let's look. Soon myself, Dave.
Let's see. Yeah. Birthdays.
What do you got, Dave?
Yeah, I'm not fine. That's on the phone. This never works on a damn phone.
That is true. That is true, Drew. Not many people. We try to do it at every Winter Blast if we can. Needy teams or needy individuals.
Let's see, when's that?
But anyway, you want to call it, Dave, or what?
Yeah, probably. Well, the aforementioned Nathan McCallum's having a birthday this week, but not until the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
But happy birthday!
Oh, nice. Mine's the 22nd. Which is why I have to go renew my license so I can fly out to fucking Arizona.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I think it's time to say sayonara and whatever. And so
Billy said, I heard Ryan gave an arm wrestling table to Eric Harlan. He now has a roof over his head in the streets.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We haven't heard anything from him lately. We don't know if he's
Fuck that guy.
Still in the pokey or not. I don't know. Candy's here. We should ask Candy. I mean, she's so close to Eric. She might know if he's still in jail. But
I think he is. I mean, I'm sure if he wasn't, he'd be trying to do some kind of fucking podcast or talking shit somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, fuck that guy. All right, we'll call it because I don't have anything else, and
Okay. Good night, all.
I don't want to bore everybody. It was boring enough tonight.
Okay. Good night, all.
Good night, everybody, and fuck that guy, and see you all soon somewhere. Yeah. And don't stretch out your urethras.
Yeah.
And make sure you all measure your areolas.
Yeah, Candy says no. She's assuming he's still using our tax dollars to. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, Carolyn.